Table Mountain Rancheria, committed to our community, is honored to sponsor the 100th Fresno Veterans Day Parade, honoring all branches of the military. We sincerely thank all the brave men and women who served our nation, giving special recognition to all veterans and their families. Now live from downtown Fresno, Table Mountain Rancheria presents the KC24 broadcast of the 100th Annual Fresno Veterans Day Parade.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 100th Fresno Veterans Day Parade. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching from home or whether you're here in downtown Fresno. It is a beautiful and glorious day as we celebrate all the veterans and everything they have done for our entire country. My name is Alex Delgado, and I will be your host for the entire parade alongside my friend Chief Warrant Officer Dan Payne, who I will have the pleasure of tossing to right now to get the ceremony kicking off. Dan.
Thank you so much, Alex, and I'll be up there with you in a little bit, as we always do. That's my highlight of Veterans Day Parade, is sitting next to the beautiful Alex Delgado. Welcome again to our 100th anniversary of the Central Valley Veterans Day Parade. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to our dignitaries. Welcome to our Grand Marshals. Thank you so much for you all being here. And we're going to have our prayer with Terry, and just like it never happened before.
Prayer number 2. You guys really need it. That's why. Good morning. It's an extreme honor to be here today to share the prayer. Let's bow our heads for a word of prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this glorious, beautiful day on this 100th anniversary of the Fresno Veterans Parade. As we gaze upon the streets, we see flags waving, we see smiles, we see salutes, we see red, white, and blue. We're reminded of the price that has been paid. We can never adequately pay that price back. So today, as we see this parade and witness it, we're reminded once again how grateful we are in this free land. May you bless us. May you bless this parade and help us to remember what has been given to us and to the United States of America. All this we pray in the name above all names. And all people said, amen.
At this time, we're going to ask for the colors to be prepared for the flag salute by Post 8900 and the Post 8900 21-gun salute. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be the discharge of firearms. Be prepared. Do not be alarmed. And that will be followed by the national anthem and then by Robert Payne playing taps.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
Please remain standing for the playing of taps. Next, we have a presentation by U.S. Congressman Jim Acosta.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all anxious for the parade to begin, but these things don't happen by themselves. And we are very fortunate to have an incredible support from veterans throughout this valley who always are willing to stand up and make that extra effort. And one such individual today I want to recognize. He is the Grand Marshal, but this is a surprise, but he's also the chair of the Veterans Day Parade, and he tells me he's retiring. I don't believe that's to be the case because we're not going to let him retire. But I'd like to present a flag flowing over the United States Capitol to Dan Payne. And this congressional resolution that is co-authored by my colleagues. Madam Speaker, it is with great respect that I ask my colleagues in the U.S. House of Representatives to congratulate CWO3 Warrant Officer Dan Payne as he celebrates his last year as the CEO of the Central Valley Veterans Day Parade and is honored as well as the Grand Marshal this year. I have had the honor to work with Dan for many years, actually over 20 years, and he is more than well deserved of this recognition. And we ask that all of you join us in wishing Dan and his family continued success happiness, and good health. God bless you, my friend.
What a pleasure. Thank you so much. The Boy Scout Troops 257, our flyover. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the sounds of freedom. The soundtrack that was played earlier is Sounds of Freedom. If you're interested in that soundtrack and the CD that was recorded and written by our very own, there's a canopy, blue covered canopy over by the announcement booth. You can go there to purchase and help support that CD that was just recently recorded. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Congressman said earlier, this parade doesn't happen by itself. There is a group of people that make this happen, and the glue that holds this whole thing together is Virginia Cardinal, who is the chairman of the committee that actually puts the lineup together, the narrative, and takes all the phone calls and everything so that I don't have to. Virginia?
Thank you, Dan. I just wanted to welcome everyone. I'm so happy that we have great weather today, and I'm not going to talk too much because I'm just going to introduce Dan Payne. I think everyone in Fresno and Fresno County and beyond knows Dan Payne. He does a lot for his veterans, and we appreciate him in many, many ways. Dan Payne.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Dan Payne. I feel like this is the Dan Payne Variety Hour. I'm not going to say anything big except that I thank all the veterans that are here, all their families. Let's get this show on the road. Yeah. Veterans Parade, attend her. Onward, march. And so begins our 100th anniversary. Monty, we will have you playing in just a little bit. And we're led this year by the science design group. Absolutely stunning color guard. Alex, are you going to start speaking now?
If you let me, Dan.
I'll let you. I'm sorry. Man,
You
how
are
often does that happen, huh?
You are the man of the hour, and we love you tremendously.
Thank you, Alex.
Yes,
It's all
we
yours.
do. Thank you so much for kicking off the 100th Fresno Veterans Day Parade. I am so honored to be here with you, hosting once again this year, and so excited to see so many of you filling the streets of downtown Fresno. We want to welcome the millions of viewers that we have throughout the world watching us through the Pentagon channel, and of course our friends and viewers on KC24. We're going to kick off the parade today with the Fresno State Marching Band, and what parade isn't perfect without a perfect band. I also want to welcome Bill Boudreaux. He's going to be sitting here with me for a little while until Dan joins us in just a little bit, because of course he is the Grand Marshal this year. We're so excited. All right, so Bill, thank you so much for being here and filling in.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure to help.
You are a Vietnam veteran and an honor flight volunteer.
Yes. I've been on 18 of the honor flights. It's been my privilege to serve with honor flight. I think honor flight out of Central Fresno here has done a magnificent job. It's one of the best ways to thank our Americans, especially the Americans that kept America from World War II, that kept the lights on in South Korea, that our younger veterans now, what I call the most patriotic generation, who are serving and volunteering to serve. And there's another generation, though, of American veterans that are dear to my heart, my peers, and that's the Vietnam veterans. When I say they're the most faithful generations of American veterans who are faithful to a cause at a time when America did not agree with that.
Isn't that the truth? Bill, let's listen in to the Fresno State Marching Band for a second.
Is that good enough?
Wonderful as always, and now it is the man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to introduce my friend, Chief Warrant Officer and Grand Marshal for the 100th Fresno Veterans Day Parade, Mr. Dan Payne. Such a well-deserved honor, Dan. We love you so very much. And you know who else loves you? Your wife of 43 years, Mary Lynn Payne. Just to tell you a little bit about Dan, he has two daughters, 26-year-old Rachel and 38-year-old Rebecca, who he's incredibly proud of. He was born and raised in San Jose, California. He enlisted in the U.S. Marines in August of 1973, served as an enlisted Marine 12 years, achieved the enlisted rank of Gunnery Sergeant. He applied for officers' school in 1986 and attended officers' school till February 1987. He was appointed an officer in 1987. He is a highly decorated Desert Storm veteran. He retired from the Marines as a CWO 3 warrant officer in 1996, January of 1996. He started teaching at Fresno City College, their training institute there, from May of 96 to 2000. He won the Competitive Technology Teachers Award in 1998. He was Channel 24's Hispanic Portrait of Success, a recipient. That was in 1999. And the list goes on and on, Bill. It's amazing what Dan has done. Yes,
look
and
at
what
how
he
he's
has
paid things
accomplished.
forward and back to Fresno.
He certainly
all
has.
our veteran community.
We're going to go ahead and toss things over to my colleague, Alexandre Valakian, who is standing by on the streets and the route of the parade. Alexandre, who do you have for us?
Alex, let me just tell you something. This is the pageantry, the patriotism coming along. As you can see, these old vintage cars coming down the lane right now here, right next to City Hall, as that is your vantage point right now on television as well. And Alex, let me just tell you something. The incredible outpouring of support for our veterans in the entire Central Valley here. I am looking at people all the way down the street, 3, 4, 5 rows deep. It is absolutely majestic here in downtown Fresno tonight, or actually today. I'm usually tonight, Alex, and so that's why I say tonight. But we'll send it back to you as these beautiful parade of cars are coming down.
All right, Alexandre, thank you so very much. It's good to see you on the street there, and it's great to see the Payne family driving by in these beautiful vehicles, Bill.
Oh, they're just so impressive. Look at it. You could you can shave in the reflection of that.
That is true. Oh, do you know a lot about vehicles and cars?
Oh, enough to be dangerous, but I know enough to appreciate the absolute beauty and dedication and money that this took to achieve a vehicle of that immaculate condition.
And they sound pretty good too, don't they?
Oh, they do.
Yes, they do. Well, Dan has a big family, but he's done so many things in his career. He will be joining us here on the stage in a little bit, but he's going to make the rounds there on the parade route. But I do want to just say a little bit more about him, because this list of recognition and awards. He was awarded the Businessman of the Year in 2002, awarded the Gold Medal for volunteer work by President Bush. This was in 2002 as well. He was the state vice chair for the Republican National Hispanic Assembly in 1997. He's been a board member of the Central Valley Veterans Retirement Home, and he has been the president and CEO of the Fresno Veterans Day Parade from the year 2010. Hello, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Lieutenant Colonel Larry Dooba just passed by in front of us. He's going to be taking over Dan's great shoes, and I know he's going to do a fantastic job.
He was the Grand Marshal last year, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yes,
and
he
a retired Lieutenant Colonel from the Air Force.
2017 Grand Marshal Bob Mcfarland. You see him there right now in that beautiful T-Bird. And then we have the 2014 Grand Marshal, Seaman Rufus Hernandez. Hi there, how are you? Thank you for your service.
I think that's one of our another honor flight alumni.
So Bill, tell me a little bit more about you, because I know that you volunteer for the Honor Flight, and we talked a little bit about the Honor Flight and the wonderful things that they do. And as we wait here and we see these cars passing by, what does it make you feel?
Well, it's just once again an honor to be here. I never thought when I was a young kid shaking and quaking in Vietnam that I'd ever have the opportunity to serve our community, and that's one thing that Honor Flight has given me, the ability to say thank you for all the veterans ahead of me, ahead of all of us, that kept America, America. It's just been a humble privilege.
We just saw a World War II veteran pass by, and here's Bill Dietzel's family. He was the Grand Marshal in 2012. They're a rowdy crowd, aren't
yes,
they?
he's in that GTO, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, they are ready to go. Mr. Bill Dietzel, so well remembered.
Oh, the Ron Mcfarland
And there's a
family.
2007 and 2011 Grand Marshal passing by, as well as a 2010 Colonel Paul Ortiz. He was the Grand Marshal, as I mentioned, in 2010. So we are expecting so many participants in this year's parade. It's so great to see so many people out here. 2006 Grand Marshal Craig Martinez as well is here.
Oh, representing the Native Americans. The Native Americans are such a strong contingent in the veteran family. Always willing and able to carry the duties that the American government has called upon them over the years. Oh, and here comes my good friend, Cruz Salar, Spec 4, fellow cab trooper from Vietnam. God bless you, Cruz. Thank you for being here. He's going to do a great job.
Cruz was drafted in 1969. My goodness.
Oh,
all right,
yes.
Who else do we have here? This is Mr. Gordon Scott. He served in the U.S. Navy World War II. And these cars that they're driving, and we have to thank the T-Bird Club, because they're providing these beautiful cars, driving these Vietnam vets. Everyone is just doing what they can to give back to the community, aren't they, Bill?
Well, it's for my fellow veterans, it's well deserved. I'll never forget when I signed my will at 19 before I went to Vietnam.
What was that like?
Pretty sobering.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Gary Bredefeld, Fresno City Council member, thank you for your service as well.
Veteran, yes.
He served as a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy from 1985 to 1988, and he was stationed for 1 year at the National Naval Medical Center in Maryland, which is a renowned military medical center there in Bethesda. From there, he was transferred to the Naval Medical Clinic So nice to see everybody that comes through the parade route and waves over here at us. That was Lisa Tripp, wasn't it? Past coordinator of the Central Valley Veterans Day Parade. She's done so much work, and money goes into putting this parade together, and really that's what makes it the country's largest parade. I know at one point we were the largest on this side of the Mississippi, but now we are the largest, from what I understand, in the entire country. So we are very grateful for that. If you're watching us on Facebook, we're also live on Facebook, everybody, so many ways to be able to participate and join in.
Oh yes, here's our Native Americans. With some great veterans at Table Mountain Rancheria has been a great supporter of Honor Flight. We thank you so very much for that. A lot of my brothers down the South Valley represent our Native Americans, like Leland Castro, all those other great guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
They are the Veterans Day Parade's official sponsor. They've had members who've served in all branches of the armed forces, and they're very proud to support our veterans and the entire community. Table Mountain's entry and participation continues to be a crowd favorite with that float that honors all branches of our armed forces. Their songs, drums, displays, and pageantry. Every year, the Powwow Committee and their volunteers excite the crowds along the parade route with commemorative T-shirts, which we already got ours,
yes,
right, Bill?
Do.
Yeah, and then they give away goodies to the crowd. Table Mountain Rancheria has consistently demonstrated its commitment to the Valley with its many generous donations to education, health, public safety, and of course our veterans. So every year we'd like to give a special thank you to Table Mountain for their continued commitment to our veterans and of course our parade. They're a big part of the parade every single year.
Oh yes, well the Native Americans that are in our veteran ranks are highly honored, highly thought of, and their patronage, their zeal to carry the cause for our country always humbles me.
Oh yes. Have you ever been to one of their powwows?
No, I never have, but I've had their participation in blessing many of our Memorial Day ceremonies, and they're always there for us. You don't even have to ask them twice.
Oh, well, it's really great to see them participate in so many fundraisers throughout the entire year for the entire community. So thank you once again to Table Mountain Rancheria, and hopefully a lot of you kids got some of their goodies that they were passing out. Okay, here we have Los Banos, all the way from the North Valley Junior High School Marching Band and Color Guard.
And we appreciate Los Banos so much. That's the home of our Voice of the Bulldogs and our President of Honor Flight, Paul Leffler.
We love Paul Leffler.
Oh, we're a big fan of Paul Leffler.
Yes, yes. The Los Banos Marching Band is under the direction of Brian Clark and Jeannie Fournier, I should say. Drum Major Aiden Abarca, Leticia Mora, Andrea Banda, and Carmen Cazanes. Color Guard Captains, Los Banos Junior High School would like to say thank you to the parents, administration, and volunteers that make this event possible. Also a very special thank you to our veterans back home, they say, at American Legion Post 166 and Veterans of Foreign War Post 2487. This is the Pride of the Tigers. The Los Banos Marching Band and Color Guard is what we're listening to right now. Let's take a second to listen in. On top of that truck, Los Banos Junior High Band, thank you so very much. Coming all the way from the North Valley to join us in this parade, the 100th parade here in Fresno. All right, coming up behind the Los Banos Junior High Marching Band is Grand Marshal Katrina Mcfarland, former Deputy National Security Advisor and Assistant Secretary of Defense for Acquisition. We want to welcome her here as well. She is a leading expert on government acquisition, program management, and procurement. Mrs. Mcfarland retired as the Assistant Secretary of Defense and Acting Assistant Secretary of the Army of Acquisition, Logistics, and Technology. Now, in this role, she was the principal advisor to the Secretary of Defense and Under Secretary of Defense for Acquisition, Technology, and Logistics on all matters related to acquisition programs, the acquisition workforce, and acquisition policy for the Department of Defense.
Okay.
She began her civil career in 1986. So thank you so much to the Honorable Katrina Mcfarland. Okay, this is where you're going to have to help me out a little bit, Bill.
Look at this. This is just
Let's
fantastic.
talk a little bit about these.
Look at this. What is this?
Vehicles.
This is the 1106 Theater Aviation Sustainment Maintenance Group. And these replace the Deuce and a Halfs that I rode a long time ago in Vietnam. These vehicles nowadays can really take combat damage and keep rolling better than our Deuce and a Halfs did. They're not there for comfort. They're there to get the job done. And thank you for them being here.
Well, they look pretty comfortable up there waving at us.
Well,
so
that's because they're on a level road right now.
Ah, got it. Okay. So tell us a little bit more about what these units were used for. I know they're for maintenance and transportation, but what else?
Well, that's a big thing. The service, we strike with one fist, and if you don't have that maintenance, you don't have equipment ready to go. The logistics, the ammo, the supply, the fuel, the grease, the guns, the rounds, you don't win a conflict. And what happens, people will never quite understand. Without these kind of logistical support, you won't win a battle. You might win a battle, but you'll lose the war.
Wow. Wow.
So what these guys do, they represent life and death for us.
Well, the Transportation Battalion was formed in Fresno in 1959 as one of the 3 Army National Guard aircraft repair battalions in the nation. Now, from 1961, the 217th Transportation Battalion was reorganized. And after several reorganizations, was consolidated and designated the 112th Transportation Aircraft Repair Company. Is that correct? Did I say that correct?
You said that fantastic.
Okay. Well, in September of 1979, the 217th Transportation Battalion was designated the 1106th. And in 1986, it relocated to the current location.
Good. Well, one thing you just say with all that, I don't know if we can get through all that, but what a history they have.
Yes.
A history of dedication, because many people forget that every man and woman that you're seeing in active duty in uniform is sustained not only by the love of their country, but the family members that support their dedication to this.
Yes. We also have to give a shout out and a thank you to all the family members, obviously, because you could easily say they're in the thick of it as well.
Look at that modern artillery. I mean,
hi, gentlemen.
Now look at this.
Wow. Aside from being pretty loud, what can this tank do, Bill?
Well, no, that unfortunately, I'm not familiar with all the modern weapon systems, but I do know this. See the way the front of the vehicle's designed? It's designed to shield blasts. One thing that we've had to face in our campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan is a lot of what's called IEDs, and then we've learned from painful experience how to shape charge, how those charges can be shaped to detonate our vehicles, to inflict casualties, and we've therefore modified our vehicles' contours and design. Right on. Look at all those family members. I'm telling you, here's the pride of America right here.
Hi,
you want to see the love
there.
of America? You can see it on that vehicle
Love
right
you
there.
guys representing the U.S. Army.
Thank
Look
you
at
for your
that.
continued sacrifices.
All right, let's go ahead and toss things over now to my colleague, once again, Alexandre Delakian, who's down on the parade route, right in the thick of it all. Hi, Alexandre.
Hey, tell you what, Alex, it's like rush hour out here down by City Hall. We got a veteran right here, sir. Tell me your name.
Robert Walker.
And where did you serve?
I served in Vietnam.
Vietnam, and you know, it was such a tough welcome home back, and we want to thank you for your service. What's this parade, the 100th annual Veterans Day Parade here in Fresno? What does it mean?
It means everything. I brought my grandkids because I think it's important for them to understand that, you know, servicemen, many gave their life, and I want them to appreciate that.
Well, thank you, sir, for your service. Glad to have you here, right here in the front row. I'll tell you what, Alex, it is beautiful to see a lot of the kids here on these big trucks, as they call them. I'll tell you what, very pageant and very patriot. Send it back to you, Alex.
Our socks are dry and the incoming's mail now. We're good.
Now, who was that just passed by?
That was Larry Weldy. I know. Is this Terry? Right there, that's supposed to be him. Division 1, number 8, yes. Terry Cotto, Sergeant, First Class. First Class Stacy Houston, Buddy Palomino. Terry served in the Army and Navy, rank E5 Army, discharged 2 tours in Vietnam, awarded 4 Bronze Stars. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't usually live to being awarded 4 Bronze Stars.
That's amazing.
God bless you, brother. And PFC Buddy Palomino is accompanied by Senior Master Sergeant John Evans, U.S. Air Force, with his 1942 Harley Davidson that was in the back. Oh my gosh. And let's hear a shout out for the Air Force. Sometimes they don't get a lot of recognition. But
why is that, you think, Bill?
Well, I know they don't, and God bless them, because one of the reasons I'm alive and other veterans are alive because of the United States Air Force. They brought the heat when the heat was needed.
Wow. They sure did. They sure did.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we just saw the 1989 Packard Super 8 Touring. I know that passed by here a little while ago. It was driven by Chuck Ferreira and by Army Specialist Olin Self. He served in Vietnam in 1970 and 1971. Clara Smith. Hello, Miss Clara Smith. She's driving a 2005 Cadillac XLR. Only made 1,200 experimental caddies that year, by the way. And in the car with her is her fiance, Army Sergeant Edward Cowboy St. Ongi. He's a Vietnam veteran from 1969 to 1970, and he is an Agent Orange survivor.
Oh my gosh.
The Big Garden Rotary.
Big Garden just rode by.
They just drove by, and leading the Army veterans of Big Garden Rotary is District Governor Rod Coburn. He's members of the Big Garden Rotary that have served in the Army of the United States, both in time of conflict and peace. They salute all veterans and their families for supporting and defending our great nation.
And I always want to make a shout out to the Rotary. They've given many donations to various Rotaries to honor flight, and we thank you for that generosity.
We're seeing several from the Big Garden Rotary pass by.
Right on, our Rotary brothers. God bless you, brothers. Welcome home. Our socks are dry and the only incoming's mail. We're good, brothers.
They work so hard and furiously every single year to give back to the community. And they have fun doing it, don't they?
Oh, yes, they do. But they're very consistent, very reliable. Battle of the Bulge.
Hi there.
God bless you. Well, Battle of the Bulge survivors.
This is in memory of Juan Cedillo.
I know. I always remember we had one on the honor flight. We came back in on a Wednesday, flew back to Fresno. We went to the hospital Friday, died the following Thursday. Battle of the Bulge survivor that we had the pleasure of serving on honor flight.
Well, Henry Cedillo is honoring his father, riding in the parade today, telling the story of Juan, who was drafted into the U.S. Army in 1943. There's Mr. Salvador Alvarez. He's a Army Vietnam vet, 69 to 70. You see his family honoring him in the parade as well, with his grandkids and children there, which is fantastic to see. It's great to see so many kids here today. So parents, good for you for bringing your kids to the parade today, because that's what the day is for, Veterans Day. No school.
Oh, now we have another ROTC unit.
This is the Junior ROTC from Mcclain High School. We welcome you guys. The instructors are Sergeant First Class Curry, who will be completing his 10th year, and Sergeant Major Valdez, who began his first year last year. Junior ROTC is, of course, more than just a program rich in traditions and opportunities for students. It helps them go beyond class time and truly excel in junior ROTC skills. These cadets get to put the skills that they have developed in the ROTC to use in college or a real military unit and in the workforce.
Oh, yes, and we've also been blessed on the homecomings and honor flight. We've had many ROTC units welcoming our guys home. It's just fantastic.
Well, these students sure learn the value of citizenship and leadership, service to the community, personal responsibility, sense of accomplishment, all while instilling self-esteem, teamwork, and self-discipline. Here's the Design Center of the Junior ROTC. The Design Science High School is a group of motivated students who, unlike a regular Army Junior ROTC unit, they volunteer and train on their own time after school. Its main goal is to instill love of our country, making better citizens, and teaching respect for our flag in the young people of our community. There you see them right now. This is the Color Guard performing, and they perform throughout the year in many military and patriotic events, such as today's parade.
Yes, and I'm always so impressed they take the time out. Look at their uniforms, they're so immaculate. That doesn't happen by accident. Those shine shoes, those pressed trousers, those creased shirts they're wearing and blouses, fantastic. And another thing about ROTC I love, see, there's young men and women learning how to do teamwork together, having great self-esteem for our female soldiers that are being developed at such an early age.
Wow.
Wonderful.
They even march in unison. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. They know how to do that.
Yeah.
It's left, right, left.
It's really great to see young kids be a part of the Design Science High School Junior ROTC. By the way, they were named Valley Champions in 2008, 2019. Many of their past members are serving in the armed forces right now, including Army Rangers, National Guard, the Navy, Marines. The group is trained by Command Sergeant Major, retired, Gabe Villaseñor. Their motto is Ram Tough.
And now we have the Fresno High School ROTC.
And Fresno High School, by the way, they have one of the oldest ROTCs in the Valley. It's comprised of more than 150 cadets who train to be the best that they can. The mission of the Fresno High Junior ROTC is to make better citizens of the kids who choose the Junior ROTC life. All cadets who desire to participate must maintain an acceptable grade point average and, of course, bring honor to Fresno High School.
And now we have I think this is the California Cadet Corps that's just coming by. Oh. Similar to that, but they're affiliated with not just one school, then a variety of schools participate if you're a California Cadet. One of our folks down in Visalia is a sergeant major of that, Dennis Serkin, and trains cadets throughout California.
Look how young they are.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
some of them are swimming in there.
I know. Well, you're always young when you go into the service. Marine Corps Color Guard. Happy birthday, Marines. 244 years. God bless you.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, you're okay.
There we go. They're out of Naval Air Station in Lemoore.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh, I love these guys that are coming up. Fresno Stag and Thistle Pipes and Drums. I always want to commend them. They have always supported Honor Flight. They're there at the early morning departure when we have our veterans piped out at 0600 hours. And I recognize one of my great brothers there, who always is there also on the arrival, piping our veterans in with honor back to the Fresno airport and to home to all their loved ones. Thank you so much. There's nothing like a pipe plane.
Oh, nothing. And these members are from all over the Valley. The all-age band holds a rich history of service, including, as Bill mentioned, welcoming the vets home from their honor flights. And it wouldn't be the same without them, wouldn't it?
Not at all. it's part of that stamp and recognition of thank you that Honor Flight is known for.
Here's our 2019 Grand Marshal, Major General John Gallinetti.
And you see that 5,300 flight hours and several types of aircraft, rotary as well as fixed wing. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see someone like that, not everyone survives to be retired like that. So God bless him for his dedication and countless hours that he served our country under obviously hazardous conditions.
The Grand Marshal, I have to mention, was in the Marine Corps 36 years.
That's a long time. I was only in for 3. I was so grateful to get home alive.
Oh my God, 36 years. That's
amazing.
A long time.
Absolutely amazing.
This is the Marine Wing Support Squadron. 473.
73rd Detachment A.
They're based out of Naval Air Station Lemoore. It's the largest of the 3 detachments and is home of more than 200 Reserve Marines from all around the Central Valley. It boasts a large active duty staff that supports both the Reserve Marines and the Marine students that are stationed there at NAS Lemoore.
And if I could just say, notice Charlie Waters, post 4. Charlie Waters is a tremendous veteran. God bless you, brothers, right there. Charlie Waters, I remember we took him on an honor flight, a very highly decorated veteran, and just God bless you.
He did a lot for the Veterans Day Parade as well. He helped us out in so many years. All right, it's time to toss things over now to Alexander Balakian to see who he has on the route of the Veterans Day Parade. Alexander.
Well, guys, we just saw the Marines from Lemoore. We got Captain Bush here with the Marines. And Captain, just tell us, as you're going down the parade route, what do you see?
Primarily, I see a thankful and loving community. I think it's oftentimes overlooked. We get a lot of love and appreciation on Veterans Day, and I think it's also important to note, a big enabler for what makes us capable of doing what we do is a community like this, friends, family, neighbors, that makes it, the stable home front to make it possible. So.
Over there at the Lemoore Naval Air Base, what you guys do as part of our country to protect us is so poignant and significant. Tell me more about what you guys do to prepare.
So preparing for, essentially we're there as a reserve unit to prepare for when the nation needs us. So it's a kind of a break glass in case of emergency situation where we're there to provide logistics support, forward bases for Marine aircraft forward deployed.
All right, Captain Bush, we appreciate your time. Alex, we're going to send it back up to you on the stage here. We got a lot more people coming down.
All right, thank you so very much, Alexander. I'm once again joined by Bill Boudreaux. He is an honor flight volunteer and also a Vietnam veteran. And we just saw the Marine Corps League of Fresno Detachment 14 pass by. They were accompanied by Fresno Clovis Young Marines, and they're commanded by Sandy Martinez and her dedicated staff. Here we have Monterey High School Navy Junior ROTC, led by Chief Petty Officer John Mastrangelo. He's a naval science instructor for the Navy Junior ROTC unit. So very special thanks to Monterey High School for coming all the way to Fresno today to be in our parade. Thank you so very much.
Amen. Look at that.
I hope we give them a very warm welcome.
People don't realize that's a long way to walk and step like that.
You mean from Monterey?
No, even more so.
Even more so. Well, it's a glorious day, and we're so happy to see so many smiling faces out in the crowd as we welcome the Edison High School Golden Brigade and Computex Middle School Band. They are here as well. I'm sure they've been preparing for a very long time. We're excited to have them. Edison High School Golden Brigade and Edison Computex Middle School, they have joint bands under the direction of Bradley Fama and Chuck Salantiro performing Colonel Bogies March. They would like to thank the Fresno Unified District and their school's administration support. Very nice, very nice. I saw some clarinet players there, and you know, I was a clarinet player myself.
Oh.
So it brings me joy to see little kids playing the clarinet and being involved in the band like they are from Edison High School.
Oh, Grand Marshal Navy Captain Doug Peterson. Douglas, sir.
Hello, thank you for your service.
Oh my God, he's Commander NAS. He's responsible for keeping that all squared away out there.
A very decorated F-18 pilot as well.
Let's see, John.
We just saw John Salas pass by. He's a 95-year-old World War II veteran who volunteered to serve in the military after Pearl Harbor, assigned to the Navy and responsible for underwater detection missions, keeping our Navy vessels safe in the Pacific. Thank you so much for being here. Don Pardee, 96 years old, retired Navy commander who served in World War II. He's getting a lot of cheers from the crowd as well. 22 years of service. 4 of those years were active service, and the remainder were 3 reserve. Don served in the South Pacific aboard the aircraft carrier Macon Island. While Don was aboard the Macon Island, the ship received the prestigious Navy Commendation Award for participating in 5 major invasions.
Yes, and just behind him was Gary Pino, one of our Agent Orange veterans that is recovering from the exposure that was not recognized well by the Veterans Administration for many years.
The Veterans Memorial Museum is well represented here today, honoring all of the branches of the military.
And everyone in Fresno should see that. It is so impressive.
We are so lucky to have that. It's a jewel here in the Valley.
Oh, yes, and too many people don't realize that. I make sure we have our honor flight training, which we always have there, that people stop by and look at that.
Please do, especially today if you get a chance. Well, we have to say hello to Fresno State. Good to have you guys here. Go Dogs. They are the Student Veterans Organization. They're a chapter of the National Student Veterans of America, sponsoring the Wahoo Submarine Veteran Group, which will be disbanded this year. Fresno State Veterans Organization, or SVO, was established in May of 2009.
Okay, then once again, we got the, what is that?
This is the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps, Fresno Battalion, founded in 1958. They're a congressionally chartered U.S. Navy-based organization that serves to teach individuals about the sea and the going military services there, the U.S. naval operations and training, community service, citizenship, and an understanding of discipline and teamwork. They are composed of 2 programs: the senior program for cadets ages 13 through 18, and the Navy League Cadet Corps for cadets ages 10 through 13. Cadets must be physically fit, have no criminal record, and be in good academic standing to become members. Each new recruit must attend recruit training as well. The Fresno Battalion was formed in 1971 and participates in many community service projects, including Memorial Day festivities, and they've been participating in the Fresno Veterans Day Parade for more than 20 years.
Now, I don't know if this is the Duncan Pontiac High School Air Force Color Guard that just walked by. Now we have the band. It's nice to see the band of Golden West. Appreciate the Air Force once again. Always a lot of recognition. Thank you, the Air Force. There's so many of us veterans that are alive from Vietnam and other conflicts because of the United States Air Force.
Oh, yes.
I was not in the Air Force, but I'm Air Force grateful.
Yeah, we all are, Bill. We all are. Elvin Bell, the 2019 Grand Marshal, thank you so much for being here. He was born in Merced to migrant workers as the 5th of 10 children. His family's livelihood was dependent on the crops, and his education was secondary. Look at this.
And we have active duty Air Force here now passing by us. They're the guys that are keeping the guys on the ground alive. Thank you so much, United States Air Force. You fly in blue so the guys in green can live.
Yes. Is that how they say it?
That's how I'm saying
it. Okay. Okay, good. Then we'll all say it like that. Are these the active duty Air Force members?
Yes.
This is what we're looking at right now. The United States Air Force was formed in 1947, by the way, through the National Security Act. Formerly, it was the Army Air Corps.
Yes, we've had many of those alumni on honor flight as well. And that's part of the, oh, there's the 144th Fighter Wing that just came by. God bless you, gentlemen.
I have to mention the Air Force is recruiting, so if you want to be a part of the Air Force, they are recruiting. Their mission is to inspire, engage, and recruit the next generation of future airmen.
Oh, look at that now. Look at those demolition guys. People, you don't understand how heavy that uniform is they're wearing. That is to be able to protect a human being in case of a blast. They have to march this far in the parade. Not only they're physically fit, they're mentally prepared.
How heavy are those?
I don't know how many pounds that is, but I can tell you by the way they walk, that is a lot of weight on them, because once again, that's designed so they can do their demolition duty safely, if there is such a term of that's real. God bless them.
And what is this that we're looking at here, Bill? I'm sure you can explain it better than I can.
That, I believe, is for ordnance. You would place some live ordnance there, so if there was a blast, it would be contained in that sphere.
Okay.
That's if you, first off, you have to get it there.
Someone
has
the
to
problem.
pick it up.
Yes, someone has to pick it up.
Yeah. Oh, the Air Force. God bless the Air Force.
Yes, and we also saw the Air Force veteran Bill Lyons, and he's Sergeant Walter Frosty Snow. He is United States in the Air Force from Los Gatos. He's a Vietnam vet who served from 1968 through 1967. Here we have the California Homeland Response Force Recovery Crew. They're very well represented today. We saw the Fresno State Military Nurses Center of Nursing Excellence. And they're honoring the military nurses, and obviously they play a huge role in the military.
Oh,
don't
yes.
They?
If anyone's back to Washington, D.C., you should see the Women's Memorial there for nurses near the Vietnam Wall. Absolutely awe-inspiring and well-deserved.
The Tuskegee Airmen also passed by. They were a group of military pilots who fought in World War II. They formed the 332nd Fighter Group and the 477th Bombardment Group of the United States Army Forces.
Yes, we actually met, my wife and I met some down in San Diego. Amazing. They fought the racial discrimination that they faced, and they fought in Italy, protecting our bombers, and they were the Red Wings, and we actually met two of their survivors at a conference in San Diego.
Sergeant Walter Frosty Snow, there he goes. As I mentioned before, he's a Vietnam vet who served through 1967. That car, by the way, is a 1932 Ford four-door sedan, and it's owned by Rick O'Connor. Hi there, Fresno State military nurses. And their legacy project, they're very well represented as well. Now they honor the military nurses. Major Veronica Rep, she's a California Air National Guard. She's attached to the 144th Fighter Wing in Fresno. She's a critical care nurse. She graduated from Fresno State's nursing class of 2004 and enlisted in the Air National Guard in 1989. The Clovis AMVETs are well represented as well. They're also known as American Veterans. They're the most inclusive congressionally chartered veteran service organization open to representing the interests of 20 million veterans and their families. The Civil Air Patrol is here. They're an auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force. The Air Patrol was created 78 years ago, folks, in 1941 to defend the American homeland during World War II. As a member of the U.S. Air Force's total force, the civil advocacy, and the development of our nation's youth to become productive citizens and dynamic leaders for our future represented this year. Our Central Valley volunteer members from Bakersfield, Fresno, Merced, and Visalia.
Clovis East High School Air Force ROTC.
Yeah, I think we hear them in the background here, but the Civil Air Patrol is passing by us as well. There are hundreds of floats today. And I have to
Yes,
say,
there
this
are.
parade bill is a lot bigger than it was last year.
Oh,
wasn't
it's
it?
amazingly so. I mean, Fresno, you have a lot to be proud of. So does our Central Valley. Our Central Valley is so patriotic. With, once again, like with honor flight, we thought we'd just do maybe 4 or 5 honor flights. We've now had 20 honor flights, working on honor flight 21. So thank you, Fresno. Thank you, Central California, for your generosity and thanking our Americans.
I understand there's still many more on the waiting list.
Yes, there's 600 of my fellow veterans on the waiting list, and I know we can accomplish that and make that happen to the continued support of everyone here. If you're here and you can hear us, please consider once again making a donation to Central Valley Honor Flight. You can go on our website and donate there, or just track us down and we'll be happy to assist you in that. Because we can assure you one thing about Central Valley Honor Flight. We always hold on, we never forget, we never let go. You can trust Honor Flight.
And you honor all local World War II vets, Korean War, Vietnam War vets.
Oh, man,
you honor them by sending them to Washington, D.C. And what is it like, Bill, for you to see their reaction when they're looking at their memorial?
Oh, it's humbling. When you see men cry so copiously, I'll tell you, you realize not only had the love of country then, they still have that love of country. I always tell people that our hearts can beat slower now because their hearts beat so fast 75 years ago.
Wow, that is so well said. I love how you said that.
Well, thank you, but that's how it goes. That's the real deal. I mean,
that's how it goes.
Amen. I mean, every one of these veterans here, my fellow veterans, you know, they've sent a letter to America, how much they love America, by not only what they lived through then, but they lived as they lived through the rest of their lives. So I just hope that all of us can be worthy envelopes of the letters that they have created and formed to their lives and their service of our country then and their continued service now. It's all postmarked love of the USA.
Wow. And you know, you can see a lot of the memorabilia and really go back in history by going to the Fresno Veterans Memorial.
Oh yes, you can. It's a hidden treasure. So often we've had guardians from even around the nation who've never witnessed the memorial such as that, the Legion of Honor here at the Memorial Building. Please see it.
All right, we certainly will. Today's a perfect day to go see that as well. All right, passing right by is the Clovis East High School Air Force Junior ROTC. Thank you guys and gals for being here today. We appreciate everything that you do. Duncan Polytechnical High School is up next, the Cadet Corps. They are the nationally ranked Stallion Squadron. Duncan and their junior ROTC unit began back in 1986. This amazing high school, part of Fresno Unified, trains and graduates students in many professions, such as medical services, automotive repair, heavy truck repair, nursing, and construction. Stallion Air Force cadets have won the National Distinguished Unit Award for the last 10 years. The Colorguard, drill, academic, and sports compete locally, regionally, and nationally. They bring home many trophies, and they're marching today under the command of Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Victoria Keith. The mission of the Air Force Junior ROTC is to develop citizens of character dedicated to serving their nation and community. Cadets at Duncan live by Air Force core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Duncan traditions, aviation science and history, management and space exploration. In addition to aerospace studies, the cadets participate in character education, career skills, drill ceremonies, and aerospace-related field trips. Boy, they're busy.
They are. And I'm just impressed how many Air Force units we've had go by us. I mean, I just think that's fantastic.
Yes. All right, let's hand things over now to Alexander Balakian. He's standing by as well to see who he's talking to now. Alexander.
Well, we're going to be talking to Charles Benninger, the Medical Center Director, in just a moment. But I wanted to share a bit of news. And for those folks who haven't been down to City Hall in the last few days, on Friday I was honored to be the MC of unveiling the Fresno Veterans Memorial, 464 names with all the wars, just Fresno veterans. And that's dating back to World War I. on to the Afghanistan and Iraq wars. And it is such a majestic sight. You guys should come down and see this. It's a beautiful memorial that Gary Bredefeld and the entire staff at City Hall was able to put together. I want to bring in the VA Medical Director here, Charles Benninger. And Mr. Benninger, just talk about when you're watching this parade and you're seeing things develop from the VA, what does it mean?
Well, it just means that we are just so happy to be a part of this parade. It means that these folks have contributed so much to the freedom of our country. And every day we have the honor of taking care of these veterans. And it's just great to be here. It's great that Fresno recognizes the veterans and what they've done for our country.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys are now doing at the VA. I know it's been a long journey to help our veterans and their needs.
Well, we're always looking at ways to improve the care and to improve the quality. And we have several initiatives to expand our services, to upgrade our facility, and to continue providing excellent care to our veterans.
Mr. Benninger, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Alex, we're going to set it up to you as we can see the Grand Marshal, Captain Thomas Cooper, down here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Alexandre. We just saw the Hoover High School marching band pass by. In fact, you could probably still hear them. They're an award-winning local marching band that has traveled to Santa Cruz to compete, so they're very, very busy. Also, Captain Thomas Cooper of the Coast Guard, a 25-year veteran of the U.S. Coast Guard, a native of New York. He's here as well. We have the 2019 Grand Marshal, Gary Perkig. Thank you for being here.
Right on, sir.
He served for 27 years in the United States Coast Guard.
Oh, the Coast Guard. They don't get a lot of recognition, but there's a lot of lives they save every year.
Yes, the U.S. Coast Guard, by the way, is looking for the next generation of men and women eager to join the world's most elite maritime law enforcement agency. Bill, tell us a little bit more about what they do.
Well, not only do they save our lives in our coastal seas, but a lot of people forget during World War II, many Coast Guard men were activated and were the coxswains on landing craft in the Pacific. A lot of people don't know that. They would drive the landing craft into the beach. And the Japanese, certainly the enemy quickly realized that the best way to keep the landing craft from getting on the beach is to kill the man driving the craft. Highly dangerous, highly, my words fail to tell you how hazardous that duty was. But our Coast Guard comrades back then picked that duty up. And once again, they serve continuously. What is it? There's Sitka, Alaska up there with all the fishing that goes in the Bering Sea. Cannot even tell you how many people they've rescued and saved because of their valiant efforts. Flying in weather that most normal aircraft would absolutely not fly in.
Yeah. Well, they're celebrating their 80th anniversary this year. And they also conduct safety patrols on local waterways. We can't forget that. They help the Coast Guard with Homeland Security duties. They teach boating safety classes. They just do it all.
Oh,
the American Red Cross is here talking about doing it all and helping military families. They not only help people that survived fires, but they help military families in so many different ways. They provide comfort, support, emergency communication, messaging services throughout the Hero Care Center to the veterans as well. So if you're a family member here and you want to get hold of a military a family member overseas or whatnot, you contact the American Red Cross and they will help you out, and they'll do everything they can to make sure that you know what's going on with your family members overseas.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, yes.
Because morale is so dependent when you're overseas upon knowing that you're connected with your family, that your family and your nation understands what you're enduring. So God bless the American Red Cross.
They have so many volunteers, and they serve in the hospitals and outreach programs, and they help out the VA all year as well. And obviously we know what the disaster relief team does as well. They've been quite busy throughout the year now with all the fires going on throughout the entire state. So God bless the American Red Cross and all of its volunteers.
Okay, I'm going to make way here. I see Dan's Dan's back, and so you're going to have a real professional now assisting you, Alex.
No,
so
Bill,
you
you have been so wonderful. You have been so wonderful. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your service. I know it's hard not to get teary-eyed when you just to see what's happening and you see who's here and who's helping honor you today. Thank you so very much.
I'm out of here.
Oh, boy. Look what we have here.
Love you.
Love you too, Dan. The Fresno Christian Schools Band is here as well. Since 1977, they've been equipping young people for life and service for Jesus Christ through biblical foundations and Christ-like character. And they sound fantastic. They're under the instruction of David Kasuga and color guard coach Michelle Rodriguez. The Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 106, is right behind Fresno Christian, and the Purple Heart Medal, by the way, is awarded to members of the Armed Forces of the United States who are wounded by an instrument of war in the hands of the enemy. Oh, Bill, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you for your service. It was wonderful. Thank you, Bill, for joining me. Bill Boudreaux, he's a Vietnam vet, and he's an honor flight volunteer. So if you're interested in more information on the honor flight, just talk to Bill Boudreaux. Thanks again. Thanks again. Mr. Dan Payne, first of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. I know you went around and you did the parade route, and we're honored and recognized, as you should be.
Well, it's a lot of fun. It's you got to do that sometime to see. There are thousands of people in that route. It is amazing. That Fresno State Band is so big. When they go around the corner, it takes them a while to get through there. But I got to remind people that Fresno State earned that start-off position. Before it was a legal holiday for the state and university systems, Fresno State would come out here and some of the professors would give the students an incomplete for that day for supporting veterans.
Wow.
And they kept on coming out here. So Charlie Waters and I went to the State Assembly, presented the case. They made it a legal holiday. And I said, for that, Fresno State will always be the kickoff band for the Fresno Veterans Day Parade.
Well, they sounded fantastic.
Great.
They looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing that, because
Absolutely.
yes, you're right. It is well deserved, their spot in the parade, especially this year being the 100th anniversary.
Is that amazing? 100 years. How long have we done it? 60, 70 years?
Somewhere around
something
there.
like that.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Somebody asked me the other day. So the Fresno Parade's been around for 100 years. How long has Dan been doing it?
Yeah.
Not 100 years,
No.
I said.
No, I got involved a little over 15 years ago, and I started doing the announcing with Rich Rodriguez when he was with you guys.
Yes,
And then
he used to be a co-worker of mine.
AJ Fox for a while, and then I did it with you, and then one year it was you and another girl that was out here.
I don't remember. I have a horrible memory.
Yeah,
but
I
you're
do
stuck
too.
with me now.
Yeah.
For your final parade.
Yes, yeah, I know. They said, well, do you just want to have Bill do it? And I said, no, I want to come up here and be able to say bye. And then I didn't get to tell Alex myself, and I want to do that.
Well, I'm so honored to be sitting next to you. I have no idea. Hi there. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for participating in the parade. You know, we just saw the Corvettes of Fresno pass by, and I wanted to mention that they are celebrating their 56th anniversary as a car club. Hi. Oh my gosh, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's so nice to see people from the community participating in the parade. It's a long route. It's a long
Look at this.
walking route.
All right. Gosh,
Hi.
look at that. Fellow Marine brother. All right.
This is the VA Central California Healthcare System. I think I lost my place because we've been chatting it up and
Yeah, I know.
and welcoming you to the stage here. But yes, we saw the Corvettes of Fresno. Oh, okay. Cal Vet. Thank you, Virginia. She's working hard down on the parade route to get everybody going. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Julie Cussiter with the Veterans Home. Mike O'Hara, isn't it? There you go. Good to see you. I got to say, I was one of the original members. I'm the last one alive of the 5 original members that started the project for the VA home.
The Fresno Veterans Home.
Yes.
It's a 300-bed long-term facility.
Yeah.
Really? Located on 30 acres.
It was
Wow.
Ron Markarian, Chuck Parnell, George Sinopoli, and Roger Baldwin and myself. We were the 5 originals.
I know that they provide a living environment there, but what else? Is it like a residence home?
It is, and they can come and go as they please. It's not like a facility where they can't leave, and there's a lot that they're able to do there. It's really, really a fantastic opportunity. We also have the Sierra chapter of the Model A Ford Club of America. The Sierra chapter of the Model A Ford Club of America is a group of men and women dedicated to restoring and touring in Model A Fords. The cars were originally built in 1928 and 1931, and the lead cars are driven by World War II, Korea, and Vietnam veterans. We are all very proud of them. And now we have the Veterans of America Fresno Chapter 933.
Dan, they're over, they're one of 500 Vietnam veteran chapters scattered throughout the nation. Now, this chapter also includes its support group, the AVVA. This past Memorial Day, it held its 31st annual sunrise service at Woodward Park and also took part in the Memorial Garden ceremony. And in addition to that, when given notice, the members are thrilled to welcome vets home from the honor flight, the attendance at funeral services for Vietnam vets. That's also part of what they do. Each year, a veteran attending Fresno City College is chosen to receive a scholarship. Members also participate in community activities, including monthly cleanup of Woodward Park. They visit veteran patients at the VA hospital, and they help at Heart of the Horse Therapy Ranch. The ranch, by the way, works with veterans suffering from physical and emotional issues such as PTSD. Dave Darlin represented U.S. Army right there.
And then we have also the United States National Defense Corps. It's combined by the Vietnam War veterans from Southeast Asia, including Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and Korea. This is the 5th Brigade. Thank you, United States National Defense Corps. So, Alex, is this a familiar sound to you while you're driving? Come on, be honest.
You know what I say when I get stopped? I know Dan Payne, and then they let me go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's all you need to do. That's right. I'm Dan Payne.
I know Dan Payne. Please get me out of this ticket.
That's right. California Highway Patrol. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for protecting our freeways and getting us to slow down. Please give them a round of applause.
Thank you, California Highway Patrol. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies.
I guess you could refer to them as our highway angels.
That's right. That is absolutely right. All right.
A lot of family members here as well.
Yeah, I wonder how many people out there are cringing when they hear those sirens.
When in actuality, we should be happy to hear those sirens.
That's right.
Because they're always here to help.
That's right. automatically I always take my foot off the gas and start tapping the brake, regardless of whether I'm speeding or not. I just do that when I see these guys behind me.
Well, when you see a group of cars going the speed limit on the freeway, you know a CHP officer is nearby. Yeah,
that's right.
For sure.
Otherwise, it'd never happen.
Look at these young ladies screaming their hearts out. Oh my gosh, Axel, how are you? Talk about CHP.
All right.
How are you?
And we'd like to thank the truck drivers and the trucks that are in these parades too, providing rides to all these entries. That's quite an expense, and it ties them up because they're here almost all day long. And so we definitely want to give a shout out to all these 18-wheelers. Remember the price of freedom. Good to see you.
These are ex-prisoners of war. They're Fresno Chapter 1 members carrying the Axe Powell banner. We have Thomas Mora, Freddie Dominguez. They're Marine veterans of the Iraq War. They're riding in car number 1 that you just saw pass by us here on the stage. This is now the Valley Adult Day Healthcare Center.
All right, you see this guy right here with the blue sports coat and the striped tie?
How can I not?
This is his organization.
Oh,
look at that.
Look at
Not
this.
only is he one of the members and the board members of our parade, he's got his own adult healthcare center going on. We appreciate Ed Saliba. Thank you, brother. Thank you for all you do. Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association.
It's about to get loud up in here. They like their bikes.
Yeah, it's amazing. We tell them at the meetings, don't rev your bikes.
How can they not? They're kind of showing off their bikes, right?
I know.
And well, they're combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Their mission is to support and defend those who have defended our country and our freedom. All right, so we're getting word that Alexander has a very important interview with him, so let's toss things to him.
Alex, we got Chris Mongelli down here. Tell us, you served in a war. Which one?
I was in the Marine Corps from 1999 to 2003. I was in during 9/11 and when the Iraq war started.
All right, obviously that was during a very dark time in our country. What does it mean to see at this point in time what all that has transpired with our veterans to absolutely try to win the war on terror?
Well, as long as, the way I feel is as long as our country keeps giving support to all the veterans, past, present, and everyone in the future who comes in, I believe we will continue to prosper. And I pray every day that the war is going to end as soon as possible.
Well, obviously this parade route, what does it mean to you as you walk down?
It's amazing. I remember coming to the parade as a child, it wasn't nearly this big. Now I come and it's just, their streets are packed. There's people everywhere, people cheering. It makes me feel good. It makes me believe that people actually care about veterans.
Well, we do, and we appreciate your service, sir. Thank you so much. Alex, we'll set it up to you. We got a lot going down here. There's a lot of kids with American flags. So good to see as well.
All right, thank you, Alexander. Look, here we have some future auxiliary members.
Yes, look at that.
Nice to see.
That's the future auxiliary right there. What
saw,
else did we have while we were doing this?
The Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 8900, with Commander Max Franco. And we also saw the E.G. Henry Gutierrez VFW Post 8900 Auxiliary. So we welcome them to the parade with Auxiliary President Jerry Duncan and their line of officers who support the veterans, make sure that men and women who served overseas obtain the entitlements they deserve.
We had Vaughn's stores in here as well, and we thank Vaughn's to show its community pride. And we have the Desiree Uzel. That's coming up. So good, we're catching up here.
You know, I
Did we
didn't
do
know
the
what-
Henry Gutierrez
I
one?
yeah, he
Okay.
passed by, and he was well represented as
Yes.
well.
Here's the Vons.
And you know, Vons is honored to show its community pride and stand in celebration of veterans through the Vons Foundation. Now, they work with community-based organizations to reach our neighborhood veterans, and they believe that their sacrifice and service should be honored, and that's why they're here today. Vons stores will be collecting donations, by the way, at check stands from November, till today, to support veterans programs. Last year, that campaign generated more than $600,000 across Northern California, so thank you, Vons. And yes, there was Desiree Uzel. She's riding her horse Glory to honor those who are serving and have served in the military. She says it's an honor to show her appreciation.
Now we have the American Legion Post 509. In the first limo, we have Post Commander Barbara Lowe.
She's the first female commander in 509 history, Dan.
Is that something?
Did you forget to mention that?
No, I was going to let you do that. I was going to let you do that.
So happy to see Post Commander Barbara Lowe here today.
The history of American Legion Post 509 is they were a breakoff group from Post 4. Post 4 was so big that they had to start another group, and they started Post 509. The lower the number, the older the post.
I was just going to ask if you could explain to us the post numbers and
Now,
what they mean exactly.
Post 4 is probably one of the oldest posts in the area, but I would say Post 509 is probably the most active post in the area. Post 509 does a lot. Love you too, man. Thank you so much. Post 509, pride of Fresno. All right.
Look at that Mustang.
I know.
A true Mustang.
Look at that Plymouth. That's old-time air conditioning right there.
What?
Yeah, that
thing hanging out from the side window, that's an air conditioning
That's
unit?
an air conditioning unit.
Wow.
And that's Bob Mclaughlin standing over there. Remember, he was a past Grand Marshal, and his wife, Deb. Yeah, now, this is a perfect example of behind every honorable man is a woman rolling her eyes, and that's Deb. Deb's like, oh, not again. So we love you, Bob. We love you, Deb. Thanks for all you do for the veteran community. Thank you. That's right. And standing next to them is Roxana. That's my daughter's mother-in-law.
The whole family is
my
here.
daughter recently got married to her son, who's just got out of the Marine Corps about a month ago.
How proud are you?
I couldn't be any prouder. I have the world's best son-in-laws and the world's best in-laws. I couldn't have handpicked them or asked God for a better mother-in-law and father-in-law. I love them dearly.
I would like to be part of your family reunions and holidays.
Oh, absolutely. We get together for all Father's Days, Mother's Days, everything.
Well, they have a wonderful father-in-law as well,
thank you.
don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, they agree. They're shaking their heads, Roxana. Thanks for being here.
All right. Do we have the Golden Eagles here? No.
These are the American Legion Riders, right?
Yeah, American Legion Riders. Jim and Helen right there, right in front of us in that trike.
Oh, see, they're not revving their motorcycles.
No,
so they
these
must
guys,
have heard you in the meeting.
There we go. Yeah. All right. Good to see you all.
He wasn't at the meeting.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. See the girl? They got girls in here too, riding bikes. Look at them. United States Marine Corps. Hoorah.
See, now those look like comfortable bikes.
They are. Those are cruisers.
Yeah. Cruisers.
That's the cruisers.
They're beautiful.
Look at that. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get a bike. You're going to ride on the back with me.
You better believe it, Dan.
There you go.
Just say when and where, and I will be there.
All right.
I was just thinking, boy, I want to ride in the back of one of those motorcycles.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be a blast.
Now who do we got?
All right, well, let me just see here.
That's
this is the Golden Eagle Charter.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're headquartered in Fresno, and They have the best in the heart of Central California. That's what they say. They have the
That's what
best
they
fleet
say.
selection to choose from, and their vehicles are well maintained and driven by our highly qualified and professional staff. So they ride with pride, is what they like to say. Here we have veterans of foreign wars, Clovis Post 3225 and auxiliary, veterans helping veterans. Always like to see that.
Happy Marine Corps birthday! 244 years of the United States Marine Corps.
You're kind of partial to the Marine Corps, aren't you, Dan?
Yes, I'm a little partial to the Corps.
By the way, if you want to know when the Clovis Veterans of Foreign Wars meet, they meet every Friday, or I should say the first Friday of the month, in the Clovis Memorial Building at 5:30. In case you're wondering, dinner is at 6:30. They'd love to have you.
That's right.
Kings County Sheriff's Posse is up
All
next.
right.
Look
Gorgeous,
at this.
gorgeous horses.
Wow.
Yes.
The Kings County Sheriff's Posse is led by Sheriff Dave Robinson. They were formed in 1937, and this is the 82nd year of riding in parades throughout the state as goodwill ambassadors. The posse rode in the 2012 Rose Parade, by the way, as part of the group of 100 Palomino horses celebrating Roy Rogers' 100th birthday. The members devote their time and effort to perform search and rescue, and they support programs like the Explorer Post, K-9 Unit, and Mounted Enforcement Unit. The posse has acted as honor guard for the President of the United States as well. Hi there. Arnie Schweer Insurance Agency is also participating today. They've served the Central Valley for more than 50 years. The company represents Allstate and other fine companies, including Haggerty Classic Car Insurance. This is the Fresno County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. They're a team of hard-working, dedicated deputies and correctional officers.
All right. Wait a minute. It's Margaret Mims.
Sheriff Margaret Mims. I'm looking down. I almost missed
Margaret Mims, the pride of the Fresno County Sheriff's Department. Gotta love her. I do.
We do.
Thank you so much for all you do, Margaret. I can call you Margaret? I can call you. Okay, yeah, all right. Great
So good
lady.
to see Sheriff Margaret Mims here.
Fantastic sheriff. Thank you so much.
We're lucky to have her, aren't we?
You know what I like about the horses? They have a little something to leave for us, too.
Oh, thank goodness we don't have to clean that up.
Yeah.
Dan, or they're not putting you to work this year to do that, are they?
No, I
Okay,
said I
good.
wasn't going to do it anymore.
Yeah, no, not the Grand Marshal.
No. The Sheriff's Department, sheriffs do a lot. They have the water to deal with. They have the snow to deal with. They have all-terrain to deal with. This Sheriff's Department, they got the mounted posse. I mean, nothing stops the Sheriff's Department. These guys are something else. Love you guys. Appreciate all you do for us. Stay safe.
You know, they can be found at parks all throughout Fresno County, fairs, festivals, and any other place, especially when you were talking about the mounted posse, because the horses can get in there, they can respond faster and easier than patrol cars. So.
That's right. And we saw the Sheriff's Boat Enforcement Unit, the Snowcat, and the Sheriff's Off-Road Team. Look at these guys. They go through a lot of training. And once they're done training, doesn't mean they're ever done. They continue their training. They stay crisp. They're on top of everything. These guys are something else. We appreciate all they do and what they do. Thank you so much.
And this is the Jeep Rescue Unit.
Yeah.
Isn't it? The Jeep Rescue
Yeah.
Unit. They're a
that.
volunteer unit, which is even more fantastic, and they help in search and rescue operations, as Dan said. Members of the unit are disaster service workers who respond to call-outs 24 hours a day, and some of them even provide their own vehicles.
Yes, they do. And they maintain them. I like the little redhead girl that's sitting in there. Look at her.
I bet she's having a blast waving at everybody.
I know she feels, shall I wave? Should I not? Shall I make eye contact? Shall I not? All right.
Hi there.
Search and rescue. United we stand. service dogs. Look at that.
Oh.
These dogs have a purpose. A lot of money in these dogs. A lot of time and care.
They're part of the team for sure, aren't they?
Oh, yes, they are.
Well, they're sniffing around already.
Yeah.
They're always working.
Yeah. Look at the Fresno County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue Mounted Posse.
They've been in existence for more than 70 years, and I didn't know that.
No, look at these guys.
Yeah, they're one of the sheriff's oldest volunteer units. They use their own horses and pack animals to conduct search and rescue activities throughout Fresno County. They're used primarily for operations in situations where the terrain is more easily accessible by horse.
All right. Let's give a round of applause to these people who clean up after these horses. We appreciate what they do. And if anybody would want some samples, I'm sure all you have to do is ask and they'll be more than happy to hand them out to you. Do we have any takers? Alex?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you wanted some. I wasn't sure. Like, what the heck, Alex? I was only kidding.
Oh, I know. We kid.
Yes.
But that's what makes it fun.
That's right.
We want to thank everyone who's still here today. And if you're at home watching on Channel 24, or maybe you're watching us on Facebook Live, there's still time to come down to downtown Fresno and enjoy the parade because there's still plenty more to go.
Yes. We're not even near halfway through. Not even close.
Really?
We're going to go with this. Well, you figure we had 137 last year. We have 250 this year entries.
Wow.
There is no way we're going to get done in that much time.
You mentioned Mr. Bob Mcfarland earlier, and I believe our Alexander Balakian snagged him for an interview. So let's go ahead and toss things over to him right now.
We will. Look at the SWAT guys. Appreciate it.
Alex, thank you. Alex and Dan, thank you. Actually, he chased me down. That's how nimble he still is. The Grand Marshal a couple years ago, and then your wife Debbie here. What does this mean to you as you come back every year?
It means everything to me. It means everything to be with my brother veterans and sisters. And as a Vietnam vet, of course, it's great to watch our community celebrate our veterans. It wasn't too friendly when we came home.
And obviously now that's changing over the years, especially now that you go around as a former Vietnam vet. Tell me how that makes you feel now that people say thank you so much for what you've done.
It means a lot. It means a whole lot. What I've been doing since I've been retired is actually helping veterans get their benefits. I just take them to the right places and advise them what to do. And I've probably been able to help 100 veterans do that. And it's some of the best paychecks I've ever received in my life, just seeing their life whole again.
And Debbie, you're making sure he stays in check, right, during retirement?
We try. We both try to help the community as much as possible.
Absolutely. We thank you for your service. Thank you for your time and community service as well. Thank you so much for being here. Any choice words for Dan up there? Because, he is the Grand Marshal this year.
Well, I always have to, but I can't always say them on TV. Now he's a brother. I love him. We've worked together. We've been in the hospital together. I love Brother Dan.
Well, those sirens are coming. Does that mean they're coming for you, Dan? I'll set it back up to you guys.
All right, Alexandre, thank you so much. We saw the Tehran Shrine Center pass by as well, the Shriners International. They were organized in 1872. The Sikh Council of Central California also celebrating their 100th year of the Veterans Day Parade. You saw them pass by. The Wounded Warrior Project, they're a charity and veterans service organization that offers a variety of programs and services for the wounded veterans of the military. And they were formed following September 11th, 2001. Their mission of Wounded Warrior Project is to honor and empower wounded warriors. We also saw the African American Veterans of California and their coalition, headed by State Commander Dr. Henry Hendricks, the Fresno Chapter Commander Nidara Ali, and Mr. Joe Green, Commander of the American Legion Post number 511.
We have the Fresno Police Mounted Patrol Unit. This is a new entry, and the patrol unit provides safety by riding their horses through congested areas and areas not accessible by motorized vehicles.
All right. Well, now that we have a little gap in the round, let's go ahead and hand things over to Alexon.
Who is that?
Well, who is that, Dan? I wonder. Rachel Payne, obviously daughter.
Yes.
What does this mean? Your dad's sitting up there. Obviously, he's the Grand Marshal. What does this mean to you?
This means a lot. My father does a lot in the community, and to be able to see all the veterans here and all of us get together to celebrate, to see people holding flags, makes me want to tear up every once in a while, especially when I heard the taps. This means a lot.
Obviously, when your dad is sitting up there and then going around the parade route, 250 entries this year. I mean, you grew up watching this parade. It's grown so much. What do you remember as a kid compared to what you're seeing today?
I just see a lot more people out here, and it's amazing to see everybody who can go home and relax. And, you know, we see the people out here, yes, but we also have to remember that we're seeing that we know that people are at home watching on TV as well and being able to celebrate. And it's growing so much in that way with technology, and people can celebrate all together.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us down here. I think you got a lot more walking to do today, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. A lot more walking. Dan, you're so lucky. You have a nice chair right there next to Alex. I'll set it back up to you.
Love it, Alex.
How nice was that to hear from your daughter?
I'm so proud of both my daughters. Again, I am the happiest dad in the world.
Are you an overprotective dad?
To an extent, but every one of them are martial arts trained, and they all own their own guns.
Wow.
And they're very capable.
Okay, good. Well, that's a nice relief when they go out on dates, or when they used to go out on dates, right? Yeah. We saw the Fresno Vet Center pass by, everyone, so hopefully you got a chance to take a look at them. They provide readjustment counseling services to all era war veterans and their families. The type of services include traditional one-on-one counseling, group counseling, marital and bereavement counseling, military sexual trauma counseling, recreational group therapy, PTSD education, and veteran advocacies. I love when they display the flag like this.
Look at that. Isn't that fantastic?
This is
Love
so
it.
Great. They're still part of the Fresno Vet Center.
Yes, still part of the Fresno Vet Center. Fresno Vet Center does it all. This is a great organization. If you have any issues, you need to go to the Fresno Vet Center.
I'm sure there are a lot of services that many vets don't even know about, and that's what makes today so great. Because
that's right.
We get to educate the community and any veteran that may be watching at home of all the services available to them.
You know, we have 22 veterans a year, or excuse me, 22 veterans a day that commit suicide. We have over 200 veteran wives that commit suicide every year.
We never hear about the wives.
No, we never hear about the wives, and the wives, they have struggles as well.
Yeah.
So the Vet Center is a great organization to help them through all this. Look at this. Oh, would you be my girl? Come on.
Wow, you sound so good, Dan. I love that.
Hey, baby.
The Fresno Vet Center, you sound really good.
Oh, thank you.
Do you sing a lot? By the way, they are open Monday through Thursday, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then Saturday as well. So any questions, please contact the Fresno Vet Center at 487-5660. Hi there.
Heather, right-hand man.
How many volunteers did it take to put this parade together? I know organizing the parade for next year starts probably tomorrow, right?
Actually, we're going to have an after-action meeting in December, and then we take a break for the rest of the month of December, part of January, and then we start again either the end of January, beginning of February, putting on the next parade. It takes that much time.
But since you're retired now, or going to retire, Dan, are you going to be a big part of next year's parade?
I'm going to be a consultant.
Okay.
Lieutenant Colonel Larry Dooba, United States Air Force, is going to take my place as the chairman. We're trying to get Paul Leffler to be the announcer here with you.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. So we're looking at Paul Leffler taking over this position. I'm actually going to go to Alabama next year for the Veterans Parade and the Marine Corps Ball. And then the year after, I'm going to headquarters Marine Corps for the Marine Corps Ball there.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
You're looking forward to that, I'm
yes,
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what are you going to do in retirement, you think? Are you going to slow down any, Dan?
I'm gonna try, but no, it seems like the more I take off my plate, the more someone adds, so.
You got to stay busy.
And the year after next, so Larry Dooba, Lieutenant Colonel Larry Dooba, is going to be the president for next year. After him is Specialist Cruz Queller, and this is going to be our president the year after next. Wow. So Cruz, come on over here. Let's say hi.
Hi, Cruz. Come on over. Good to see you. We saw you on the parade route over there. Thank you for your service. Tell me what you're looking forward to for next year when you take over as president.
Well, we probably want to maintain what we have right now. You know, just so long as we try to get everything to go smoothly, which you know is kind of difficult, but basically everything is in place. It's a matter just to see who's going to attend the parade.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure from the looks of it that a lot of people will continue to attend the parade.
Yes, just by what I saw, they have a 4 and 5 deep, maybe bigger than that, you know, because there's a lot of crowds out there.
Yeah.
So
you have big shoes to fill.
Yeah, and they're not going to fit either.
I love that.
I love Cruz. Him and I have been, I've been the president, CEO, and Cruz has been the vice for 10 years now. So, yeah. And then we were part of the parade before we were incorporated. So Cruz has been in this parade for at least 15 years, as long as I have been.
Wow.
There was Bill Diesel when he was around.
Yeah.
I remember Mr. Bill Diesel. Yes, he was a big part of the parade as well.
Yes.
His family was here representing him today, which is good to see.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful to see that.
I was glad. I mean, he would be glad for this big parade also. He would be proud of the work we did.
Do you think this is one of the biggest parades we've had, Dan?
I believe so. I honestly believe in the years that Cruz and I have been involved, this is definitely the largest parade that we've ever had.
Well, it's a beautiful day to have everyone out here.
Well, I'm glad to see everything. It turned out to be a beautiful day, too.
Yes.
The weather cooperated with us.
It really did, because a lot of times, I remember years past, it's been cold.
Yes, that's right. A couple of times we almost thought it was going to rain.
Yeah.
Cruz,
thank you so much.
Yeah, we got a little sprinkle a few years back.
Yes.
But that's about it.
Yeah,
you know.
I remember. Well, thank you so much for being here today and joining us on stage here for a little bit.
Well, thank you.
All right, Cruz, thank you so very much for your
Cruz
service.
is also a Purple Heart recipient.
Wow.
And he's withstood a lot and gone through a lot as a Vietnam veteran. We certainly appreciate him. Look at what we have here.
Look at this. This is the Fresno High School Warrior Marching Band, but we also saw Meathead Movers pass by.
Meathead Movers. I love that name, Meathead Movers. Those guys are something else. And that guy was holding that, looked like an ottoman or something on top of his head. That was fantastic.
Oh, they do such a good job. The Fresno High School Music Department is proud to present the 2019 Fresno High School Warrior Marching Band and Color Guard. The band performs at home football games, parades, competitions, and all sorts of community events. The band director is Corey Reynolds, and the drum majors are Christian Figueroa and Aaron Murillo. Today, the band is performing their competition parade march, Torch of Liberty by Carl L. King.
And we have the North Fresno Lions. North Fresno Lions are celebrating their 70th anniversary, have raised over $1 million over their 70 years to support local nonprofits. We certainly appreciate them. Do we have another, as we have the Central Valley chapter of the Brothers of the Third Wheel, perfect opportunity if we want to do an interview. You ready, Alex?
I'm ready.
All
Always
right,
ready.
Let's do it.
I'll tell you what, we have a new council member, Fresno City Council member Mike Carbasi with us for my district, by the way, Northwest District. This is your first official parade as City Council member. What does this mean as you see everything kind of come together right in front of council chambers?
You know, for me, being in the 100th year and being here for this, it's an honor to serve you as a councilman, but I just think about when FDR died during World War II. They had to transport him from Warm Springs, Georgia to Hyde Park, New York, and there were thousands of people on the route. And one man was just sobbing uncontrollably. Someone asked him, "Did you know the president?" And he said, "No, he knew me." And last week we unveiled a memorial, and there's so many names etched in stone. I didn't know them, but they knew us, and they died for their generation and for our generation. And being here today to recognize our veterans just means so much. So.
Well said. 464 names on that war memorial that you see outside City Hall now. That really came together years in the making, but it was all privately funded. What does that mean really for this community to see something like that and what that actually signifies here in front of City Hall?
It's huge. You know, nowadays all our institutions are under attack, and you see people out here from all walks of life, a community coming together to recognize the sacrifice of so many generations. It means the world to me to see it.
All right, Mike Carbasi, new City Council member. Appreciate your time. Alex, we'll send it up to you.
All right, Alexander, thank you so much for that.
Hey, how many of you all recognize this man sitting in this Jeep? Huh?
I like to call him the Chief of all Chiefs.
Yeah, Chief of all Chiefs. Yeah, Chief Dyer, who's now running for mayor of Fresno. Yes.
I hear a lot of cheers.
Yes.
I hear a lot of cheers.
We thank you so much.
Yes, we do. He is now, we can call him the retired police chief, Jerry Dyer.
This is amazing. So here's a man who's been the chief of police for Fresno for so many years, and you think he would retire and call it quits, but he still wants to do what he can for the city of Fresno. And here we have Jerry Dyer, who definitely has the support of the Central Valley Veterans Political Action Committee. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And he's been such a supporter of veterans.
That's why he's got our support.
He served in every part of the city, really. So he joined the police department so many years ago and worked his way up the ranks. It's good to have retired police chief Jerry Dyer here today.
And the Biola Veterans of Foreign War, post 5845. They were established on March 22nd, 1946, right after World War II. They do provide a lot of assistance with Toys for Tots, and we definitely appreciate what the Veterans of Foreign Wars post does for us.
And following right behind them, the County of Fresno Department of Behavioral Health. They're here to spread mental health awareness and reduce the stigma around mental illness in Fresno County. So come by their booth for more information. And you can take the pledge by signing their truck, they say. So you can do that as well. And they did do so much for our community members here in the Central Valley, and they're participating in today's parade. You got a lot of walking to do, my friends.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Well, it looks like they got some pretty comfortable walking shoes out there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They must have planned ahead.
Watch out for horse cadiddles.
Landmines, as I like to call
that's
them.
right. Landmines. Roadside apples. There's so many different names.
All right, and Xfinity by Comcast is well represented because, they have a huge military commitment.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
We appreciate them very much.
They stand with those who have served their country. As one of America's most military-friendly employers, they pledged to hire 21,000 members of the military community between 2015 and the end of 2021.
We were very honored to have Major General John Gallinetti join us all the way from the East Coast. He works at the Pentagon. He's a retired Marine Corps Major General. Let's hear what he's got to say today.
Major, welcome. Obviously, this is is a big to-do out here, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's fantastic. This is the best parade I think I've ever been to. It is huge.
Obviously, you've been through and seen so much over your time. Dan Payne, he is now the Grand Marshal. What do you say about that guy up there?
Well, I tell you what, thank you for his service. He's done a wonderful job. He was recognized very, very nicely today for all his years of dedicated service. He's put his heart and soul into this, and the whole committee here for the Central Valley and Fresno Veterans Day Parade is just awesome.
Well, we appreciate your service too in the Marine Corps, and have a blessed day. What does it mean when people come up to you and say just thank you?
Well, it means one heck of a lot. I mean, I've seen a lot of veterans today, and right in the parade, I had a lot of veterans give me a salute. I've returned the salute. It is like coming back home since I grew up in Clovis. I went to Clovis High and Fresno State University. It's just a wonderful place.
All right, Major, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Alex.
Thank you. What an honor to have Major General John Gallinetti out here all the way, and congratulations to the Major General for another grandchild. Just what, a couple of months ago, was it? Yes, all right.
Something definitely to be proud of.
Yes.
The Animal Compassion Team is who you're looking at right now. The dogs and volunteers of the Animal Compassion Team are honored to be walking today in celebration of the 100th year of the parade. Dogs and the military have a long history of working together in time of conflict and in time of peace. Peace, support, and unending friendship is what canine and feline companions can offer their veteran adopters. So it's good to see them out here today. Anytime you can save an animal's life by adopting, boy, you're sure making a difference.
That's right. And these dogs provide a service as well. They say that people who have pets live longer, they're more content, they have a reason for it. So we appreciate, definitely.
And they're less stressed.
Yes,
Do you
they
happen
are.
to have a dog?
4.
Oh, you must be really laid back.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I am. I'm really laid back. And we have the New Covenant Community Church Veterans Ministry. I've heard that name before. Oh, that's my church.
Oh,
yes.
So you might be a little familiar with
Yeah,
what they
just
do.
a little familiar. Patrick Garza helped put that together. We certainly appreciate them. It's a new organization we have at our church to help out the veterans that are experiencing PTSD and other issues. It's just a support group, and we really appreciate Patrick for starting that and having to go through the whole bureaucracy of making it happen, and we appreciate it because it is a service that is well needed.
And I have a feeling you play a big role in
I
helping
try.
them out, don't you, Dan?
Yeah, I do. Patrick tells me to stay away.
The Iron Workers, local number 155 are here.
Yeah! Yes! All
There
right.
you go. They know what they're talking about,
That's
don't
right.
they? They would like to thank all the veterans for their service. The Iron Workers Action Crew volunteer their time to protect, improve the quality of life in the Central Valley for all the vets. So thank you so much for being here. We got
Look
some
at
sweet treats.
Grandpa's
passing by.
popcorn and sweets. We love that. The Lions Club. That's pretty good. Who's going to be the next year's president of the Central Valley Veterans Parade? Well, you tell me, Alex.
I'll tell you what, Dan, it's Mr. Larry Dooba. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So you had the horse and carriage last year as the Grand Marshal. What was that like passing it on to Mr. Dan Payne?
It was wonderful, and the crowd along the streets is just fantastic.
This year it's even bigger and better. It grows each and every year. This is remarkable to see over the years. What's it like to see it grow?
It's wonderful. It's a lot of extra work, but it's worth it because what we're trying to do is honor all the veterans, and I think that the word's getting out, and they appreciate it.
As always, thank you so much for your service.
You're very welcome.
Larry Dooba, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. The parade is going to be in great hands because this is the guy who's going to be filling my shoes next year, and you all met Cruz, who's going to be filling his shoes a year after. So I did it for 10 years. Larry said, I can only do it for a year. I can't do it as much as you did. Yeah, he said he's Air Force, so...
It's time to pass the torch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And we had the Lions Club, and it's great because you hear that song, The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Yes, they were
That's so
singing
fitting.
it. We wanted to sing along as well, but
We did.
we didn't want to overstage Alex on there. So,
No, not at all.
Yes. The Filipino American Veterans Association is well represented here today. They've been registered in the state of California as a nonprofit organization since 2005. And since then, they've been participating in this annual Veterans Day Parade. Their float carries their Mrs. Philippines and her Royal Court. They do have an annual pageant that's part of their fundraising campaign, and the goal and objective is to represent their country, the Philippines, in the bigger community and to promote their cultural heritage, which they have a wonderful culture.
You know,
so we're happy to have
point out here, we had the Los Banos Band.
Yes.
We had the Visalia Lions. Now we have the Squaw Valley American Legion. We're getting people from all over the valley.
Well, we have the band from Monterey here
That's
as
right.
well.
Yes, we did. That is why we are now the Central Valley Veterans Day Parade. It's opened up the floodgates. We have a lot more participation. My Uncle Ray Reese, who is here, came all the way from San Jose, and he rode as one of the riders as Grand Marshal. So my brother playing the trumpet came from San Jose, and my other brother drove him here. So we're just really proud of the people that are coming from all over Central California and Northern California to be a part of this parade.
Well, they're here for you as well, Dan. So we appreciate that. And now I believe Alexon has another interesting interview for us today.
Yes.
Alexon, boy, you're a busy bee over there.
Well, they're lining them up because, well, Dan knows this person too. Madison Brooks Laragoide. Dan officiated your wedding.
Dan did officiate my wedding. Dan does everything and anything, so we figured why not ask?
Yeah, why not? You know, you're a volunteer here. Tell me what the volunteers, they do so much to get ready for this. Give me a sense of how busy it is.
Well, I thought that I was just going to be here today kind of telling everyone to keep it moving so everyone gets their chance to be on TV, but I have been doing little sprints. I'm back in the staging area just getting everyone in order to make sure everyone's in their right spot, has their fair share of time on TV, and everyone gets to participate.
Well, I know we thank our veterans, but we have to thank our volunteers as well, because without you, this doesn't happen. We appreciate it.
Not a problem. And especially my mother, Virginia Cardinal, who has been working her booty off for months to make this all happen.
Hi, Mom. Nice to see you. We got it going on. Alex and Dan will send it back up to you.
Thanks, Alexon. Just in time for the Central Valley Mustangs. Can you hear them, Dan?
You look at these Mustangs. They are gorgeous cars. Mustangs came out way back in actually 64. They started introducing the Mustang, and these Mustangs are so much, I mean, there's so much technology in these. Oh my gosh, what is this? Look.
I don't.
Is that a horse driving the?
There's a Mustang and a Mustang.
It's a Mustang and a Mustang. All right. Yes. And we saw the Cobras, and we saw the Shelbys. Oh, I tell you what, a lot of money in these cars. Love to see them out here every year. The Mustangs, the Corvettes, the PT Cruisers, the third wheels, the Harley Davidsons. It is great to see all these organizations support our parade. Thank you so much. Central Valley Mustang Club. Speaking of Harley Davidsons, that's a Vespa.
That's a Vespa?
Yeah.
I was looking for a Harley Davidson, and I
right there.
thought, wait a second.
It's
a
a
baby
hog.
Harley.
Look at the hoglet. All right.
I love that.
Yes.
See, I think I could probably ride something.
You could
like
pull that
or
one
I
off,
can
Alex.
Pull that one off.
Yeah, you can. You could do that one. All right. That's a Joint Military Assistance Command. The Joint Military Assistance Command is an organization that has provided over 1,000 funerals for our fallen comrades. Additionally, they have also provided the posting and the colors upon request and help with search and rescue. They also have food giveaway for military veterans once a week and another the next day for the financially impaired. I can live through the cold and being alone, away from my family. my house, and my home. I can stand at my post through the rain and the sleet. I can sleep in foxholes with little to eat. I can stand in the desert, far, far from home. I must endure no matter where I have roamed. Most of the GMAC have our dead as warriors. Now it is your job to protect our country from destroyers.
What a beautiful flow.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much.
I love you too, Alex.
Let's spread the love.
Yeah, let's spread the love.
Spread the love on this Veterans Day.
Look at that poster. Look at the picture on the lower corner. That's amazing.
Someone I know there.
Yeah,
is a very
it is.
important person. I think that's a VIP. Mr.
It is very humbling to see that, and to be the Grand Marshal. It's an honor, and I appreciate it. But I just think of so many other veterans that are worthy of this position.
But Dan, deep down inside, let's be honest, do you realize that you deserve it? Deep down inside.
I get told that, but it's hard to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud to honor and represent, but it is very humbling.
Well, it's certainly well-deserved.
Well, thank you, Alex.
Well-deserved.
Thank you so much.
So many years of service, not only to the military and the Marine Corps, but to our community as well. California state retirees are well represented here as well, and they protect the pension and health benefits of all retired state employees.
Are you allergic to bee stings?
I don't know. I've never been stung before.
Because there's a bee right there. I just wanted to let you know.
Let me see. Oh,
yeah.
There she is.
Yes.
Okay. Luckily, she's over there with all the kids shaking
hands. That's right. I didn't know if you were allergic to bee stings. I just wanted to warn you. Oh, bye.
All right.
You know, I was really blessed. My brother-in-law, Gary Thompson from Sonora, and his wife Barbara drove all the way out here just to see the parade, and I really appreciate them coming out, showing their support.
We have millions of people watching in military housing throughout the world thanks to the Pentagon channel. We've also got our friends and our viewers of KC24 watching us live right now, as well as our friends on Facebook who are live. Actually, I should grab my phone and check us out. If you have any questions for us, you can send them my way on our Facebook Live.
And that's the Fresno Range and Pistol Club. It leads a line of 5 Humvees, real military vehicles. We really appreciate them. Clovis Veterans Memorial District, look at them. Certainly appreciate them being out here.
They've been around since 1946, and their mission is to provide a permanent living memorial honoring U.S. military and veterans. So we thank them, and I believe Alexon has another interview as well.
Peterson with a T.
Alexon, take it away.
Alex, thank you so much. We have another Grand Marshal on hand here. We have Doug Peterson, a captain with the Lemoore Naval Air Station. As you see everybody walking down here, this parade is just massive.
Oh, it's amazing. It is incredible. You know, Lemoore has been in the Valley for 58 years, and we've always loved the support and just appreciation that Central Valley gives to our service members. We really enjoy it.
Being a Grand Marshal, what's that mean just to you and your family?
To me personally, it means a chance to give back to this community, to show how much we appreciate the support and how much we value being in the Central Valley.
All right, as a Grand Marshal, any words of advice for Dan Payne, or how did he handle it all?
I think he did pretty well, and his uniform's looking sharp.
He does look sharp. So thank you for your service. Thank you
very much, sir.
All right. Alex and Dan, we're going to send it back up to you.
Thank you so much. We had the Central Valley Honor Flight. What an organization. These guys provide free flights for our veterans to go all the way back to Washington, D.C. and get wined and dined and escorted to all the different monuments. We appreciate the efforts of the Honor Flight, Al Perry, Paul Leffler, Kim, Gene Day, so many people involved in the Honor Flight.
They've been doing it now for 6 years.
That's right.
20 flights. Amazing.
And then we have the James Savage, 1852. the Outsiders side by side.
They're an off-road group dedicated to the preservation of off-highway vehicle trails and areas for public use. Look at this little dog.
Look at that little dog right there. Sunglasses. Looking good. Yeah.
So messed up. They promote safe off-road use as well as fun and family atmosphere to enjoy the outdoors and help promote future generations the same freedom to enjoy. They're a local group here in Central California, and they ride off-road trails year-round. So if you own a side-by-side vehicle and want to explore local areas, you can find them on Facebook at Our Riders SX Outside Riders.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of money in these vehicles. You're talking thousands of dollars for these vehicles, upwards of $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. They're a lot of fun.
I don't think I've ever seen an off-road vehicle.
Look at that.
Like this.
Yeah.
These are very fancy.
Yes, they are.
Who knew there were so many of them?
I know.
Fans of outdoor off-riding. Don't forget that they're on Facebook, and we are on Facebook as well. So if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can do so live. Look at this.
Yeah, this is the Clausen Motorsports.
For 40 years, this family-owned business has supported the community. This includes work with the Boudreaux House. They support their local police force and charity rides benefiting all veterans and their families. The ownership has served in various branches of the military as well, including a recently retired Air Force colonel who just completed 31 years of service. Clausen is proud to be part of today's event and honored to be Fresno's choice.
Look at the police dog.
Oh, that's a police dog.
Yeah, this is the Latino Police Association. Bienvenidos!
That's a little guy right there. Look at that. It doesn't even look real. It's so tiny.
I know. Here we are. Look at this. Disabled American Veterans, DAV. We definitely appreciate the National Latino Peace Officer Association from Fresno County chapter, and then we have the Disabled American Veterans. DAV is dedicated to a single purpose, empowering veterans to lead high quality of lives with respect and dignity.
The Disabled American Veterans Organization, they do so much, and they also have a lot of services that they can help people with. They want to educate the public about the great sacrifices and needs of veterans transitioning back to civilian life.
We were talking about all the communities that get involved.
Yeah.
This is the Kerman Combined Veterans Association. We certainly appreciate them. They probably had to leave at like about 3 this morning to be here. Kerman,
wow,
all the way from Kerman.
Yes, yeah. That's a long way. American Legion.
Look at that, Westland Post, Kerman, California. The band that I play with, the bass player Scott Weiss is from Kerman. Steve Slumberger has Slumberger Lumber in Kerman, and we practice in Kerman every Tuesday night.
Oh wow! Yeah, they came a long way.
Yeah.
And they waited their space in line.
Yeah, I know.
They've been waiting for a while.
They're good.
All of the participants have. This is Team AMVET, the Department of California Service Foundation. They're actually a thrift store. There's several of them, and it's a nonprofit organization committed to providing programs that serve California's veteran population. They process thousands of benefit claims annually, recovering tens of millions of dollars in benefits for veterans, and they Welcome Home program has delivered furniture and furnishings to more than 4,000 formerly homeless veterans in the VA.
Well, we have the oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah. I was just going to encourage everyone to visit an AMVET thrift store.
Absolutely. They should support them. They support veterans. The Fresno Yosemite Daughters of the American Revolution. nonprofit, non-political, volunteer women's service organization dedicated to promoting patriotism, preserving American history, and securing America's future through better education for children. Members participate in a variety of projects to help preserve cultural heritage, such as restoring and maintaining historical sites.
All right, I believe Alexander has another interview.
We got Brett Bowling down here, Vietnam veteran. You've gone to all of these parades, not all of them, because there's been 100. Not all of them, there's 100 of them.
Christmas too.
Christmas too.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you being here and your service. As you see the parade just flow by you, what do you think?
I love it. I enjoy it. This is the only thing being in the world to be here in the parade.
All right, well, we appreciate your service. I think you should go down the parade route all the way. What do you think?
I get started.
All right, there you go. We'll send it back up to you guys.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're taking a look at the San Joaquin Valley veterans. They're very well represented
Look at them
today.
Look at them.
Good to have you guys here, waving the American flag.
Pulling a trailer with people on the trailer. Look at them all in red, looking good. Honoring veterans past, present, and future. San Joaquin Valley veterans, thank you so much.
I see a lot of little faces on that beautiful float as well. That's a great float, by the way.
Yeah, wait till they turn the corner and they see thousands of people around the corner, see how they react. Girl Scouts of Central California, South Service Unit 65.
Look at these little girls. Going to become very successful young ladies, I'm sure. Don't forget cookies in February. That's what their sign says. And
That's
they're
right.
thanking their vets. Look at, are you guys brownies? Yes, right? Brownies?
Yeah.
Brownies. I
All
remember being
right.
a brownie.
Were you a brownie?
I was a brownie. I never
Cool.
got to be a Girl Scout, but I certainly was a brownie. And
Wow.
I remember doing a lot of fun things.
I get
What
in
a
trouble
great-
every year for buying cookies.
You buy too many of them?
Way too many.
Which is your favorite, Dan?
Man, I don't know.
Thin
Probably.
Mints.
No,
Mints?
that's my daughter's. She likes the Thin Mints. I think I like the ones with the coconut and the chocolate stripes
do you
on them.
really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I wish
Yeah.
I knew the name, but I don't know the name.
I don't
off
remember the name.
top
I
of
just
my head
remember
right now.
saying, 3-4 boxes of those for starters. Yeah. Central Valley veterans and all volunteer nonprofit provides direct support to Central Valley veterans, active service members, and their families. They respond to emergencies. We appreciate these guys very much so for all they do. Thank you so much for understanding veterans and their families. Redskins! Redskins! Look at that, Redskins! All right.
That's
Hail
a great
to the
float.
Redskins.
That's a great float that they have there.
Wells Fargo Bank. How come they're not throwing money out?
They should. We need to request that for
Yeah.
next year.
$100 bills.
Yeah,
$100
they can
bills,
do it.
y'all.
They can do it. They've been around for more than 160 years. They've
Yeah.
helped military members and veterans succeed financially through initiatives to recruit and retain team members, financial donations, countless volunteer hours, and in 2012, the company created the Military and Veteran Affairs Program to expand its outreach to military members. So good for them. Wells Fargo, welcome to the Fresno or Central Valley Veterans Parade. I believe Alexander is joined by somebody else now, so let's toss over to him before we hear from the Roosevelt Rough Rider Band.
By the way, that's my alma mater, Go Riders. We got Fernando Banda with us. Fernando, obviously, as you see this parade come by, it brings back so many memories, and it's very emotional for you.
It sure is. I've been gone over 20 years, and I've been back for 4 years. It's just a great feeling being here with my community, Fresno.
Well, we appreciate your service, and thank you for being here. This means a lot to us as we watch my riders go by. Go Roosevelt. Thank you.
Alex,
All right.
just in time because
Okay, it's never Veterans Parade without me doing a shout out to the Roosevelt Band, because that is the school that my daughters graduated from. Rebecca graduated from Roosevelt. She was in the School of the Arts for singing. And then my youngest daughter, Rachel, who was just interviewed a little bit ago, was in there for art, and both graduates of Fresno State. But Roosevelt School of the Arts, Roosevelt High School, always has a special place in my heart.
And our own Alexander Lakian graduated from Roosevelt High School too.
All right, go Rough Riders! All right.
Wow, such talented kids.
Yes.
Look at that, talented alumni as well.
I know.
Yeah, from Roosevelt.
I remember going to their theater, and it was so hot in there, and I always said, I'm going to donate and get an air conditioner in this theater, and someone beat me to it, which was nice.
You should take credit for it anyway,
yeah,
right?
I had the idea.
You had the idea,
yeah.
so that's what matters.
And Vet Post 99.
We say it in sync.
Yes.
Hi, welcome, welcome.
Veterans helping veterans with a variety of services. Community and veteran assistance and participation is greatly needed and appreciated.
And right behind them is the Valley Health Team, and they've been serving the San Joaquin Valley since 1973 with primary health, behavioral health, dental, and specialty services. They have locations all over the Central Valley, including San Joaquin, Kerman, Firebaugh, Clovis, Fresno, Kingsburg, Dinuba, and Tranquility. And in case you're wondering, they accept many insurance plans, including Medi-Cal, TRICARE, and Medicare. So they have discounted services. So give them a call if you ever need anything. The Valley Health Team, we welcome them here. And here's one of the biggest, well, they had a big attendance in years past.
That's right.
The PT Cruiser Club of Central California.
PT Cruiser Club of Central California was started in 2000. You know why?
Why?
They didn't have PT Cruisers before that. They have enjoyed showing their cars and being part of this great parade each year. Many of their members are veterans. The PT Cruisers honor and thank all veterans who have served our country. Thank you, PT Cruisers.
Now, what does the PT stand for, Dan? Do you know that? Do you know?
Oh, way to go.
Is it
patriotic tribute?
Transportation?
Yeah.
Part-time?
Yeah, part-time. I don't
We'll have
know.
to figure that one out.
I know.
We'll have to Google it.
Caglia Environmental. This vintage 1962 International fire truck from Caglia Environmental brings with it a salute to our veterans, the men and women whose courage, strength, and bravery exemplify heroism and preserve freedom, the cornerstone of our democracy. As a proud employer of veterans, we thank them for the sacrifice and patriotism.
The Central Valley Blue Star Moms are coming up, and they're very well represented today. Joining hands with iHeartRadio.
Thank you, Blue Star Moms.
That's right, CK Carmen, B95, the Blue Star Moms, iHeartRadio. We're all out here.
Yeah.
We're all out here. How you doing, sir?
Doing real fine. Good to see you all.
Hey, thank you so much for your service. We appreciate you beyond more than you know.
Well, my mom was a Blue Star mom as well. She had 3 sons in the Marine Corps all at the same time, 2 in Desert Storm at the same time.
I love it. Look at these beautiful Blue Star moms that are on here with us.
That's right.
You know, it's nice to see the face behind the mic. I love that.
Yes.
Finally, I listen to you guys all the time. I now know what you look like.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Major General John Gallinetti, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. You got it. Congratulations to you. And thank you for your service, brother. Semper Fi. Happy birthday. Hoorah. Thank you. Yeah, my mom was actually here. She was in San Jose, moved to Madera, and actually rode in the parade. She was right behind my daughters and son-in-laws and my Uncle Ray. So my mom, her name is Ovelia, Ubelia. My grandfather made the name up because he named his daughters after the vowels, A-E-I-O-U. So when you came up, that's when he came up with the name. Is that amazing?
That is quite the story. That is amazing.
So I'd like to thank my mom for being here as well. That was
so
great.
You're so blessed to still have your mom with you.
Yes.
That's wonderful. And the fact that she's here supporting you is just great. The Girl Scouts of Central California South just passed by as well, and they're looking good.
Yes, we thank the Girl Scouts. What a tribute and what an organization. Thank you so much. Now we have A1 Trucking, LLC A1 Transport. A1 Trucking is Patrick Henry official parade sponsor. USMC Master Gunnery Sergeant Orland Vasquez is on this float. Thank you so much. Fresno City College. I taught there.
Fresno City College, from what I understand, is the oldest city college in the state of California.
Yes, it is.
And they have a Veterans Resource Center as well, so they support veterans and all the services they have. Support all the veterans, and they have a lot of scholarships as well for veterans that might be wanting to go back to school or are going to school. They're honoring all veterans today, so thank you so much for being here, guys.
Thank you, Fresno City College. Yes. I didn't start with them when they started. I didn't start with them. I'm not that old.
Well, they're pretty old.
They are pretty old, yeah. Yeah. Look at that. They have the police academy there.
Police officers in training.
Yes, future police officers.
It's a program they have there at Fresno City College, one of many, many programs that they have for students. Many high school seniors will graduate and become Fresno City College Rams after high school and then move on or get their degree from Fresno City.
And they have the fire academy there as well. Not only the police academy, but the fire academy is there as well. Look at this, Realty Concepts. Thanking our veterans.
That's a nice vehicle.
Yes, it is. That's an old Jeep right there. Realty Concept is grateful to all that have served. They honor the sacrifice of all of those who protect the American dream. Realty Concepts is a locally owned, family-operated real estate broker and is ready to meet all of your buying and selling needs.
The Unsung Heroes Living History Project is up next. Giving us a good cheer.
Yeah.
They were founded in 2005, and they implement an intergenerational oral history project that pays tribute and preserves the legacy of African Americans in the military while teaching youth the documentary and exhibit curation process. The project began after Executive Director Lisa Daniels learned that her grandmother was a riveter on the USS Franklin Roosevelt at the Brooklyn Naval Yard. Her subsequent research discovered that very little information was available on the African American military experience, so to fill the void, she developed Visual Arts Exhibit and incorporates youth mentors and veterans to produce living histories of military members and their descendants.
Well, we had the Minarets High School equestrian team looking good. And the Mountain Rodeo Association.
They're all the way from Squaw Valley, visiting us from Squaw Valley. They like to thank all the veterans.
Look at that. That right there is a horse I can handle, I think.
I think I
can handle that one right there.
It's a two-seater, Dan, so both you and I can ride on that one.
Yeah, we can ride on that one. And then look at the dog that has a little thing on the back, too.
A rider.
Yeah, that's great. So we had the Minarets High School equestrian team. Thank for them and for all they do. And then the Mountain Rodeo Association. These ladies will be serving dinner tonight at the post. They will be spending time with our veterans from the Fresno Veterans Home a few times this year. Our beneficiary from this year's rodeo was the honor flight. And we have division. Let's see who we have here. Kevin Cookingham.
Running for U.S. Congress.
Yes, he'll be running
16th
against.
District.
Yes.
Hi there.
Showing his appreciation to all those that have served. Thank you, Kevin Cookingham.
We also have the Green Hope Veterans and the Air Elementary Cheer Squad is here.
Wow, can you hear that?
I bet you they're very spirited
yes,
today.
Yes, they're spirited. Uh-oh, and we have more.
I love that. For being so little, they sure have loud voices.
Yeah,
I love
they do.
that.
Holy cow.
This is the Central Ravens Youth Football and Cheer Squad. They're a Valley Elite Youth Tackle Football Club from K through 6. Hi, little ladies.
Look at you.
How are you?
Hi.
They're giving us a thumbs up
and a wave. Nice. Hey, they got a big trophy there.
Look at that.
Yeah. They're the champions. All
Look
right.
at that.
Look at all the trophies.
Talk about little football players.
Look at that. Yes, hey, number guys. Number one.
Go
Central Ravens Youth Football. And the cheer has reason to cheer. Yes, look at them. All right.
They're very well represented today. The little football players and their parents all are out here walking the parade route with everybody, showing their support for the veterans. Did you know they've been around for 20 years?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. I'm reading it right now. I think that's
they're on the map now as champions.
Okay, up next we need the Star Wars theme right now because the stormtroopers are coming our way. Can you hear the Star Wars theme?
Yeah, I do.
song?
I hear it in there. Here it is.
The South Valley Squad of the 501st Legion, Vader's first and all-volunteer elite Star Wars costuming organization and Lucasfilms LTDs. I always get emotional when I see Darth Vader and the stormtroopers like that.
You know, when I hear this song, I always think of Bill Murray from Saturday Night Live when he's singing Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. It just is great. Loved it, yeah.
Look at all these guys.
Hey, look at this. Man.
This is great.
Look at that, another flyby. We've had flybys all throughout this this parade. Blackhawks, Jets. We've had, look at, here we are. Not the Mercs. Look at them, looking good. Hoorah, Marine Corps.
These are bad guys doing good. The Mandalorian Mercs, Wolves of Mandalore. Is that right, how I said that?
Yes,
okay.
That's right.
All right.
Like I know, right?
Yeah. You know more than me on this one.
Yeah.
But they have characters such as Boba Fett.
Another flyby.
Flyby.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for these flybys. We appreciate them. Look at that.
They're Black Hawk helicopters.
Yes. We had a couple of them that were Red Cross or medics. This one isn't, but we appreciate all that the Rotary Wings do for us.
I don't remember having Black Hawk helicopters in years past. Is this one of the first times?
Yes, it is. And because it's our 100th anniversary, we had the jets. We had, look at them. They're coming around the corner there.
Wow, they're so impressive.
Yeah, so impressive.
They really are. Hi, guys. Who do we have here?
Yeah.
Fresno Fighters.
Miners. We got corrected.
I said corrected. corrected.
My gosh. Nice.
All right, let's toss things over to Alexander. It looks like he's got another great interview for us right now.
Well, joining me now is Manny, FBI Citizens Academy Alumni Association in Sacramento.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
a mouthful.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys do?
Well, we are separate in a nonprofit organization separate and apart from the FBI, but our primary objective is to help the FBI assist them in their community outreach initiatives.
Those sirens are not for you, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
Well, we appreciate you being here, and I know you guys are hoping to be in the parade next year.
Yes, indeed. Well, you'll see us next year.
All right, can't wait to see that. We got some pool with Dan Payne up there as well, so we'll figure it out, right, Dan?
That's right. We'll figure it out. That's right.
Thanks, Alexander. All right, American Ambulance is here once again this year. It's good to see you guys.
That's American Ambulance.
You're in the singing mood today,
Yeah,
Dan. I love that. They're making their first appearance in the 2019 Valley Veterans Day Parade. I thought I saw them last year, but I guess not. Today, though, the veteran employees are here along with some non-veteran supporting employees. They're lucky enough to have veterans serving throughout their company, working in support. And then there's a lot of technicians and mechanics, paramedics, dispatchers, lots of them. The Fresno Fire Department, they're service people.
Service people are hot.
They're coming in hot.
Yeah.
They're coming in hot.
Dan should read this from Heather, Fisher, and Virginia, and Larry. That these guys are coming in hot. All right.
Oh, see, it says Dan should read this. I took your line.
Yeah. That's. Oh, look at this. Celebrating 100 years, honoring our veterans.
Hi there.
Look at that. That's Fred Vanderhoof. I know him. I know Fred.
Hi.
Look at the. All right. Oh, look, Martha. Good to see you all. Republican group. Yes, thank you so much for showing your support to our veterans.
This is the VFW Post 5057. They're also helping Toys for Tots this year. So you see the little train, Toys for Tots. If you want to make somebody's Christmas a little bit brighter and happier, don't forget to donate to Toys for Tots.
I love Toys for Tots and my family. It is not Christmas until we participate with Toys for Tots. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for representing. Thank you.
Hi there. We have to give a shout out to the band that's playing, Dan, because they really are.
AUSA Band.
Yes.
AUSA Band. Sounds of Freedom they go by as well. And way to go, Master Guns. See, I know he's a Master Gunnery Sergeant because I was in the Marine Corps too. This was actually my very first car.
Really?
Yeah, 1965 Malibu Super Sport was my very first car.
Well, you must have been very popular with the ladies because that looks like a studly kind of car.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
I managed to keep the lady that I took for rides in that car. We've been married 43 years now.
I saw her on the parade route with you.
This
Look
is
at
the
this.
Mystery Machine.
The Mystery Machine. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
They're representing La Comida Guild's home tour benefiting Valley Children's Health Care. You do that so well.
Pretty good. That's the only one I have in me. I wouldn't be able to put off another one. Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Remember? I think
They're
that's how
going
it
to help
goes.
out with Toys for Tots this year too.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes.
Fantastic!
Yes. Look at them. Look at the screens.
Great float.
Cartoons going on.
I love, and La Comida Guild, really, folks, get your tickets to that. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. Benefits Valley Children's Hospital. Those guilds that Valley Children's have, they're just fantastic. They work so hard year-round. So for tickets to that, go to lacomidaguild.org.
Here's the Studebaker Driving Club. Duty Baker. Look at these cars.
Now, these are from what year, Dan? You're a car enthusiast, so you know a lot about vehicles, and I love that every year I get to quiz you on
Well, some
all
of these are from the 50s. This one here, they used to talk about, you didn't know if it was coming or going.
The orange one.
Yeah, because they look the same from the front and the back.
They do,
and
actually.
You see all the different types of Studebakers out here, and they actually had some pretty hot racing car that were put out by Studebaker as well.
Look at this one.
Yeah,
This red one's
absolutely
nice.
great cars. Studebaker really made a mark in the automobile industry, and it's great to see a lot of them out here today from the 50s. I tell you what, these cars have been around.
Well, they sure have a lot of history to them. The Native American staffs. This is the staff's walk. They're walking the front in the line to represent the many nations, tribes, bands of California and other states.
Okay, so here's the Native Americans, and he's got an iPad. He's got an iPad. Yeah, that's authentic stuff right there.
That's part of their tradition.
But this staff, the Eagle staff and all, is very, very authentic. We appreciate the Native Americans and what they do, and how many of them were veterans, and what they did during World War II with the Navajo Code Talkers. The Native Americans have made a great contribution to our veterans and the success of our fighting forces. We certainly appreciate the Native Americans.
And you know what they say? They say that it is an honor to be part of the parade and to honor our Grand Marshal, Daniel Payne. They made sure to put that in their summary script there. So they're here to honor you as well, Dan.
I certainly appreciate them. It goes both ways. We work with the Native Americans a lot, and we can't say enough for them. We really can't.
Look at this, is a fantastic float. The powwow.
Well, we have the Yaquis, we have the Lipans, the Apaches, we have so many, Big Sandy Rancheria. There are a lot of different Native American tribes and organizations represented here, and we certainly appreciate having them here at the parade, and we appreciate Table Mountain for being our major sponsor, and powwows that they have. If you've never been to a powwow, you are missing something, people. They are amazing. Amazing.
You know, the regalia that they wear is just so traditional, and it's so significant. They're illustrating basically that there's no separation between culture and creativity and art, and every single part of their regalia and their dance is significant of something in their tradition. So
you know, when I'm sorry, I always cut in.
No.
It's like we're married, right? Yeah.
Every year on Veterans Day we are.
And the music that they play is authentic. The dances that they do are authentic. We really, really appreciate them keeping the traditions. And look at this. We have a Marine Sergeant. Yes, we appreciate him being in this parade as well.
Native American Robert Osborne Sr. is participating in this year's anniversary Veterans Day Parade, so it's good to have him here. And it's just the elaborate colors and the elaborate regalia that they're wearing, so significant of their culture. The Lipan Apache band out of Texas.
They're
good
out of
to
Texas.
Have you.
These guys are out of Texas.
Fantastic.
And I guarantee you, Richard Gonzalez right here came from Texas out for this parade right here. Thank you so much, Richard, for getting all of this organized and helping out. And I say that because I love you. Your brother, not so much you. Yeah, you're all right, man. Yeah, you're all right.
A warm Fresno welcome to the Lipan Apache out of Texas.
Look at this. Amazing. We appreciate the unity of the Native Americans all together. Yeah. There are so many individual groups here, but they are together in this parade, and we appreciate that.
And I love to see that little girl with that sign that says, honor all elders.
That is amazing. I tell you what, we actually made some comments a couple of years ago when somebody said, no, you don't speak to our elders, we speak to our elders. We're like, whoa. So we learned, we got educated.
Yes.
We got educated.
The Gabrielino Tangva.
Uh-huh.
They're coastal people. They were hunters and fishermen. They were known for their canoes, their basket weaving, and soapstone carvings, and they passed on native traditions through storytelling, and they continue to do so by the looks of it. Look at all these little kids also.
Isn't that great?
Here. Yes.
Their patriotism is amazing. Talk about true Americans.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't that the truth?
Oh, wait a minute. Garcia Trucking? Well, that's my middle name is Garcia.
Oh boy, so this is your family's trucking company?
Yeah, I wish. My mom's maiden name is Garcia. She's here.
Hi everybody. How
All right.
Yay.
Thank you, Fresno
Indian Health Project.
That's right.
They're a nonprofit organization that was established in 2007. They're located here in the city of Fresno. They're an urban Native community program that provides services to the Native American community of Fresno and Clovis. Services that they offer include transportation, behavioral health, nutrition education, case management, youth services, and the list goes on and on. By the way, November 16th, they'll be hosting their second annual Native Days Car and Bike Show fundraiser. So if you can go visit them, November 17th.
And I like that smell when they burn.
Yes.
And they usually come here in the morning. I may have missed it, but they normally come through here and bless the route with that, and we appreciate that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's great. So what time, Dan, do they start arriving, the participants?
Normally by 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a lot earlier, and we told them, hey, there's no need to come here that early. So here's AT&T. Look at that. USMC, AT&T Group. There's Army too.
All right. One of the hardest working girls, the women, I should say, in the parade. I believe Alexandra is going to be interviewing her right now. Is that right?
Well, I'll get a movie.
No.
Hey, there he is. Good to see you, Semper Fi.
All right, let's toss things over to Alexandra. I was incorrect in who you have as a guest there, Alexandra.
I should have even asked because we have an Alex up there, we have an Alex on here, and guess what? Your name's Alex too, huh?
That's correct.
All right, and where did you serve?
I served in the Marine Corps for 6 years and 20 years in the Army.
All right, it looks like you're taking a lot of pictures here, a lot to take pictures of.
Taking a lot of pictures of veterans because, you know, sometimes they're in the parade and no one gives them a photograph. So this is a little something for my friends.
Well, very cool to see, and looks like I'll send it back up to you guys because Alex, is that sort of like a Batmobile?
Is that a Batmobile? I don't know. It looks like a Batmobile, Alexandra.
It does, and right before that Batmobile was the AT&T Group that does a lot for veterans. We appreciate them. When I was in Desert Storm, AT&T gave us free phone service to make calls back. AT&T is a proud sponsor of veterans, and they do a lot to support veterans here and abroad. So.
And this is the APA, the world's largest amateur pool league, with more than 265,000 members competing in 8-ball and 9-ball leagues throughout North America. They love to have fun, and they love to support their veterans, and that's why they're here today. So if you want to be a part of their group, the APA of Fresno.
And if you've never seen a unicorn, there's one that just went by right there.
A unicorn.
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 Yeah. And who do we have here? Pathfinders Club of Central California. Boy Scouts of America Pack 358.
Hi guys, how are you? Good. Look at
that. Do I see a Marine t-shirt there? Hurrah. Semper Fi. Happy birthday, Marine.
The Pathfinder Club is a worldwide organization of youth sponsored by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. They officially started In the 1950s, wow. And the program works specifically with the culture, social, and religious education of children and teenagers. But anyone can join.
Yeah.
Anyone can join. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? All right.
Back 1944.
Who are you guys? Who are you? Yeah, 358. Come on. Say it loud, say it proud.
They've got a big float.
Hey, look at here. The Republican women support veterans.
Republican
I know they do. I know they do.
California.
Thank you for all you do.
Here.
Look at them. Wow, here's some more.
They've got a good showing.
Yes, they do. We appreciate the Republican women's support and what they do for veterans. Thank you so much. Keep it going. We appreciate you all being in the parade and showing your support. Thank you.
They really provide a forum for all women in our region to have a voice in our government and to make a difference on local, state, and national elections.
Hey,
So
Alex, you can't get on this bus.
I would like to because that looks nice.
It's not in service.
It's not in service today.
No, it's not in service.
It's part of the parade. Look at, wow, look at that.
Look at that. But look who they are. Fowler Farrow's Car Club. Fresno Transit workers honor our veterans. So that was Fresno Area Express. I messed up. I'm sorry.
No, you were taken aback by the beauty of the bus.
I
right?
was.
That's
all
probably
right. It's
why.
all about the bus.
It's all about the bus.
Yeah.
It's all about the bus. Okay. Now we're going to get some more, hopefully, card trivia from you, Dan, because talk to us about these. Are these?
All right. So these are. It's got to be 55, 54, 55.
52.
Are you? What is it? 52. I stand correct. I thought those had the single headlights. This one's got double. I stand corrected. Thank you so much.
This is the Fowler Farrow's Car Club.
Yes.
They were established in 1957 and then considered to be one of the first car clubs in the entire nation. Oh my.
This Bel Air is what they used to call the Nomads because it's only a two-door. It's not a four-door station wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're really, I mean, they were hard to get back then, but they're even more hard to get nowadays. So here's a Barracuda.
Barracuda.
All right, Barracuda. Y'all ought to be playing that heart song, Barracuda. You're probably tired of hearing it. Good deal. Here's a Trans Am 400 with the 4-speed 400 Ram Air. That is an original Trans Am right there.
It looks like something out of the 80s. Am I correct?
Oh, no.
No?
No. This
70s?
is 70s Trans Am.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I was kind of close, Dan.
You were close, yeah.
See, I learned something new from you.
There you go. Remember the thing? The thing?
I don't.
That's it right there.
The yellow.
Yes.
Thing.
That yellow thing. Yes.
We're so grateful to all of you that are sticking around.
We're coming to the end, people.
We're coming to the end of the parade, and I just want to take this time, Dan, to tell you what an honor it's been to host the Veterans Day Parade. For I don't even remember how long it's been since we've been hosting. Oh, hi, Paula Yang.
Thank you,
How
Paula.
are you? Thank you for being here.
Good to look at. How pretty. Oh my gosh.
See, you got distracted. I was thanking him.
Yes.
He gets distracted by Paula Yang because she's so beautiful.
She is. She is a distraction. She is. Well, I'll tell you, Alex, it has been my honor to sit with you, and even if Rich is listening, you've been my favorite.
Oh.
Absolutely. And I remember when there was talk of maybe trying someone else, I said, absolutely not. Bring Alex. This is who I work best with. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to watch you on TV, and I'm going to say, gosh darn it, I wish I was sitting there next to her.
Oh, well, Dan, I can't thank you enough, really, because I couldn't have done it without you, that's for sure. I mean, no one else knows anything with the military like you do, and obviously everything else that has to do with the community. You're all about it. And I just have to, I have to, Paula Yang is represented so well. Look at this.
Paula Yang.
It's like the entire Hmong community is out here
Vote Paula
representing
Yang. All right, Fresno City, District 5.
Look at that.
She says that we are all the result of many colorful fabrics into one beautiful fabric. The city of Fresnoans. Thank you. Look at I love to see you all. God bless America is what they're saying.
This is still Paula Yang.
Yes.
Well, heck, if she gets all these votes, she's a shoo-in.
I think so.
Gee, Manise.
She's got a lot of supporters there.
Good luck to Paula Yang. We certainly appreciate her putting her name in the hat. It's brutal, and good luck to her, and all the best.
Oh, yes, for sure. The Lao Veterans of America, they are coming up, or we just saw them pass by. They were extremely helpful during the Vietnam War, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
By helping protect air crew who had to eject from their planes, and for being fearless fighters, really.
They really put themselves on the line, helping out. If our pilots got shot down or their planes malfunctioned, they would take them into their homes and personally give them medical attention, food, water, get them strong enough so that they can get going. I appreciate these guys. We thank you so much. Here we go. Bobby for Congress.
All right.
Bobby for Congress.
Bobby has a lot of support as well here. Very proud American supporting Bobby for Congress. Thanks so much for being here.
What district is he running in? 22. Okay.
22.
All right.
We want to take some time to thank everyone. 22.
There you go.
We want to take some time also to thank all of you at home that have been watching, and obviously the millions of people, around 72 million to be exact, watching in military housing throughout the entire world, thanks to the Pentagon Channel. 100 years.
Yes.
Wow.
100 years. 1919 is when it started, right after World War I, hoping that was the war to end all wars. And here we are 100 years later, and we're still having conflicts and wars going on and on. But we have the greatest military force known to man. Thank you so much to our veterans. They deserve this honor, this respect, this recognition.
Yes. And with that being said, we also want to thank everyone involved in the parade today, everyone that made it happen. This takes a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of time, a lot of volunteer work as well. We're taking a look right now at some more of the entries in the parade. We can't forget or miss out on the Lao Veterans of America. IQ Vision Care is coming up as well. St. Helens Catholic School is well represented. They're at the end of the parade route over there. The Fresno County Elections Office is here. Clovis, Smogs. 7-Eleven is also represented, in Clean Fresno. So we want to thank everyone who came out to support the 100th Fresno Veterans Day Parade, or should I say Central Valley?
Central Valley. And I want to say thanks to Virginia Cardinal and William, Staff Sergeant William Cardinal, for allowing her to be gone so much. To Heather, to Larry Dooba, to Cruz, to Pete, Eileen, to Bob McLaughlin, to Ed Saliba. The list goes on and on for all the people that have helped. This parade does not go out and does not become as popular as it is without the efforts as people have put into this parade untireously. This last week and the week before, there was a couple of days per week that they were up till 2-3 in the morning. Wow. And all this last week they've been up at least till 11:30 at night. Wow. And so their families have put up with a lot. Their houses, their living rooms, their kitchens have been stocked with supplies for the veterans, and we appreciate them. And I just want to tell them, thank you for making me look so good as a chairman for the Republican, as a chairman for, as a chairman for the Central County, oh gosh, I'm at it again, for the Central Veterans Political, I am tired.
You had a very long day, and that
Central Valley Veterans Parade. Thank you so much for making it a great thing. And my last thanks goes to my partner in crime. What can I say? I love you. Thank you, Dan. Alex Delgado.
Oh my gosh. I love you too, Dan. It's been an honor, like I said. Thank you not only for who you are, but thank you for your service. Thank you for all you've done for our community. And in the last 30 seconds that we have here, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. And remember, there's still more of the Central Valley Veterans Day Parade. We will go off air here on KC24, but don't forget that you can join us on yourcentralvalley.com to finish the parade. Thank you once again. I'm Alex Delgado. Have a great Veterans Day, and thank you for your service to all the veterans out there. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you so much. And you know what?
Table Mountain Rancheria, committed to our community, has been honored to sponsor the 100th Fresno Veterans Day Parade, honoring all branches of the military. We sincerely thank all the brave men and women who served our nation, giving special recognition to all veterans and their families. We hope you enjoyed the 100th Fresno Veterans Day Parade.
Gosh, Mary.